Live.
Welcome back, everybody, to Half Dice, the most half-assed D&D group you'll ever see on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube.
In the universe.
Welcome back, everybody.
In this universe, yes.
The last episode, Cyphrus received a pardon.
Yes.
There was a new, shifty, mysterious character named Daith from the Disputed Lands that our mercenary duos or mercenary party is deciding to take him back to the Disputed Lands so that he's nice and safe on behalf of King Torandor and the Sumer Elves. And we left off with our party getting on top of the ship, the Ironclad, and they're on their way to go on a new journey.
So we just got on the ship, right?
You just got on the ship.
And Cyphrus just had an adventure.
Yes.
Yeah, one all of your
He
own
went
that we're
spelunking.
not going to repeat. Oh my
Alright.
goodness.
So, everybody is on the ship except Cyphrus. You can see Cyphrus.
Wait, what? Oh,
You
yeah.
can see Cyphrus running, trying to catch up to the ship from his night of escapading
A hooker.
with a hooker. Yes.
Don't call them that. That's very rude.
I don't think it's rude. That's what they like to be referred to as
Okay.
hookers.
With prostitutes. All right. Anyway, so
the woman of the
Cyphrus
night.
is running. He's trying to catch up to the ship. The party is very like, where has this man been all this time? And Morgrum is starting to start the Ironclad. He's starting to hoist off, and Cyphrus is at the pier. And then the ship stops and waits for him.
I would like to run on the
Okay,
ship
so
and
we
say, guys, thank you. Now we can depart. Everybody is here.
Morgrum says, "We were already going to depart, laddie, if you hadn't shown up." Well, it's great to see ya.
And I'm thinking, oh man, I'm so glad I made it just in time.
Where have you been, Cyphrus?
Well, I was out escapading.
Well, we would have left without you at
Yeah,
that
he was
point.
escapading, all right. How was Rosalind?
Oh,
Well, since you
Cyphrus.
asked, so there were some complications. No, when in terms of actually getting to Rosalind.
Right.
But Rosalind,
I had her the night before, so I totally understand.
She's very popular, but Rosalind actually likes me quite a lot.
Roll
But you know what they say.
a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I see what this is. 20. Not nat 20, but 20.
Okay.
I see what this is.
You feel fine. There's no bumps or anything gross or anything like that. You.
A lot of STDs don't
are
have signs.
fine.
We're
the first couple of
revolutionizing
days.
role playing.
I know, right?
Constitution checks for STDs. This message is brought to you by.
Stay safe, everybody.
Should have used goat intestine condoms. That's what they used to
Oh
use
my
back in the
Did
day.
that exist?
Yeah,
Really?
that was a real
Stuff.
thing.
For real.
Let's
real.
move
Because I
on,
was just
shall we?
thinking, what kind of protection would they need?
Anyway,
Doesn't matter.
anyway.
It does matter. It's
You
very
didn't use
important.
protection, Cyphrus. We
Okay, so
overheard all of it. So
You see,
we know for a fact you didn't.
Because Cyprus has good control and good timing.
Oh my goodness.
So he dodges the viruses.
No!
That's not how germs work.
dodging
Wow.
venereal diseases wherever
For
he goes.
other reasons.
Cyphrus learns
For
germ
other
theory.
reasons, yes. Good control and
We
timing.
understand now.
Anyway,
They didn't.
Yes, they
Yes,
did.
we did.
Okay.
We're on a boat.
we're
We're
on
on
a
a
boat.
boat.
So the boat starts to ship out. You guys start seeing the cogs on the Ironclad start moving. You notice that there are a lot of ships kind of departing from the human side and the dwarf side of the harbor. You notice that there's smaller ships like rowboats, and you see dead elves and dead dwarves and all kinds of dead from the battle 2 days before. And as they get closer to out to sea, you see Glaewine and his dragon start to light them up, and you notice that there's like a ceremony of elves kind of like waving off their dead kin and the dwarves and all that. You can see a lot of the dwarven sailors just kind of look at the top of the ship and kind of like take their hat and put it over their
I take my hat off as well. I'm not wearing one, but I salute to them as well.
and they salute all the fallen.
JFK Jr. over here.
Yeah.
I'm just like.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm not really saluting, but I'm just kind of like, in my mind thinking that You know, it was a great sacrifice. But I don't feel like I have a right to salute because I took so many elves' lives, so...
Makes sense. Makes
That's a
sense.
fair point.
Character development.
Yeah. Impressive.
You can see Mogram. He lights a pipe, and then he goes below quarters, and you notice Dave.
That wizard is still with us?
No, he's that's the dwarf. That's the captain of the ship.
Oh, okay.
He's smoking, so gotta be a wizard.
You see that the dwarves on the top deck are starting to just do their chores, their daily duties. You've now you only see like a speck of land now. That was the Summer Isles. You see that Daith is quite uncomfortable and on such a mechanical-esque ship. And he kind of mumbles to himself. He's like, "The sooner I get home, the better." And he kind of glares a little bit at Rhogar, and he says, "Have you a lot of sailing experience?"
You know, here and there, traveling, some adventures with pirates in another campaign.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Didn't think Gloucester people were very good at sailing.
you know,
You seem to be a man of many talents.
I've been told so a few times.
Well,
I'm uncomfortable with this client, guys.
You notice that the almost his whole entire ear has been cut off, and it seems to be a very, very old wound. And he kind of smiles at you and goes out his merry way.
He's creepy.
I'd like to follow
He's so.
him.
Would you like to follow him?
What?
Yeah.
Okay. So you follow close behind. He goes.
Not like that. I
Okay.
want to like follow him until we're private to talk to him. Not like, where's he going?
Okay. You stay at a reasonable distance. He ends up going to the front of the ship where there doesn't seem to be, where he can't really see like any of the mechanical wheels and whatnot, and he kind of just starts to stare off into the sea.
I'd like to approach and say, "You're uneasy on ships, aren't you?"
At least with so many mechanical doodahs, my people are very, very simple.
It's a long way to come all by yourself. None of your other brethren wanted to accompany you on this mission.
They felt like they needed to stay in the Sumer Isles for a little longer.
A little longer, I see.
Yes.
Do you mind if I ask a personal question?
Of course. What was your name again?
I am Cordelia.
Cordelia. How could I forget?
Do you mind if I ask what happened to your ear?
What happened to my ears? It's a long story. It's very long. But I cut them off myself.
Oh. Is
Is
can I
there-
tell if he's lying?
Oh, he's not lying.
Okay. I'd say, wow, that you must have had a very good reason for it.
Well, if you'd like to hear the story,
I would.
many years ago, when as you know, you are from Astoria, correct?
Correct.
Well, you know that Astoria owned Gloucester several hundred years ago. Well, when Gloucester had first declared its independence, my father and I went to a delegation to talk to the newly crowned chieftain of Gloucester. They didn't have kings back then. And we were ambushed by what I assume were men of Gloucester. My father, and you can see him kind of like choke up a little bit, and it seems like a very sad memory for him, for somebody that you assume that lived for such a long time. And he said, my father commanded me to run, and so I did. And as I ran far away and I could hear the screams of my people, I worked up the courage to go back and try to assist them. But by the time I had arrived back, my father's head was decapitated and his ears were cut off. And I went back home and I decided to cut my own ears off for being such a coward.
Oh, how tragic. But how honorable of you to run back. I know you must have been very young at the time.
I was young. I'm much older now.
Well, I am so sorry for your loss, but I applaud your bravery.
Well, thank you.
And then I'd like to say, I hope you have a pleasant voyage. Thank you so much for sharing such a personal tale.
No, not a trouble. No trouble. And why were you here on the Sumer Isles? What is your business, if you don't mind me asking you a
Of
personal
course not.
question?
Of course not. It's rather a fluke that we're here, actually.
Oh, really?
It's interesting how mercenary trips can take you from one place to another and very unexpectedly sometimes.
Of course, of course.
So we started off on a mission, but it turned out quickly that we were working for the wrong party, the enemy, if you know what I mean. And it's despite what you might hear about mercenaries, we don't like fighting for the bad guys. So we ended up switching sides
How fun.
and supporting the elves.
Interesting. And how did you, somebody so fair as yourself, a fellow elf, become a mercenary? It's not a habit that we tend to pick up as a people.
Yes, well, I never really was raised as an elf. I was raised in Astoria, where I had to hide my true identity. And so, of course, that meant when I was discovered, I was quickly thrown out. So I decided to fend for myself and develop a little bit of power that I have.
Interesting.
So.
Well, I'm glad I've met an Astorian that is not scared of magic.
Oh, yes, well, one of the few. There are more there than you would guess.
I'm
But-
sure.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. And he stares off.
And I walk away.
Okay. All right.
I go back and I tell everybody what I learned.
Okay.
That's a tragic story.
Pretty sad. It's kind of a shame he had to cut his... Well, he didn't have to cut his own ears off. But to each their own, I guess.
Rhogar, would you cut off your own arms if you had to?
My own arms or my own
Your own
What?
arms,
You
Rhogar.
can chop off
Arms?
one of them.
Why would he cut off his own arms?
Well, in the event that his arms are, let's say, getting in the way. In the event that he, let's say, his arms are chained and he has to somehow have his arms removed to escape.
Cyphrus, what does this
In
have
which
to do
case,
with
I
it?
think he would need his arms.
Is this?
Or at least
Are
one
you
arm.
asking me to
No.
make a will?
Cut
on
off
how
one
I-
arm. You need to have one arm to remove the other arm.
Is this
Just
the
say
adventure
no.
version
Just say
of
no, you
whether I
wouldn't.
want you guys to pull life support on me? Like,
Just say no.
Rhogar, I
I want to keep my arms.
So would I, Rhogar. So would I.
I've heard legends of a painter who cut off an ear. I wonder if Daith has similar artistic proclivities. If he would appreciate a starry night.
What
and maybe
painter?
he is crazy as well.
Very possible.
Interesting.
What painter? Rhogar.
Oh my goodness. It's
I can't remember the name.
It was a reference to
It's a
Van
legendary.
Van Gogh.
I believe we call him Van Gogh in this in
Van Gogh.
Gogh. In Van
Astoria.
Gogh. in this
Well, I've
world.
never heard of
City
this
of God.
Van Gogh, but did he really cut off his...
Like, it was a joke outside the world. It was like a real life painter.
Don't get hung
I
up
know
on
who
it.
that is! I know who that is.
Let's move forward.
All right.
You
Okay.
brought it up in game, though.
So you guys see you guys as you get outside of the island completely, you start seeing the because there's a little bit of a chimney, a smoke chimney. It starts to puff like really like dark black smoke, and it starts puffing harder. You see the wheels turn up, and the ship goes faster and faster, and it's going an incredibly amount of speed. You see that there's like the top deck used to be uncovered, but now it's kind of like the moving up forward just a little bit so that nobody falls off due to the speed.
so cool. It's like these railings coming up the side.
It's really
That's
exactly.
exactly what I imagined.
And so you guys are picking up a lot of speed. You see that Daith is put off by all the mechanical stuff, and he decides to. You see him go downstairs. You see Mugram come upstairs. You see his face full black of soot, like he's been in the engine room, telling his guys to keep working faster. And he says, right. And he takes a big swig of his pipe and kind of puffs up some smoke rings. He's like, now you're able to see my ship go as fast as it can. And he kind of just like, and he's like, do you all like to seafair or anything like that? Does anybody get seasick?
I didn't last time we rode on the ship.
I have once before, unfortunately.
Wonderful.
I don't get seasick, but I'm super excited. You're pushing your ship to the limits.
Yes, absolutely. Anyway, I'd like all of you to come to my captain's quarters so we can discuss the journey and any sensitive information.
Perfect. Let's go.
All right.
Sounds very important.
I agree.
If anyone gets sick, I'll give them fennel tea and they'll feel better.
So you guys take 3 flights of stairs down. The first level, you see, because there's 4 levels to the ship. You see kind of like a dining hall, and you see hammocks all over the place. You see that there's a gnome cook. He has kind of goggles on. He has a great big mustache that goes past his ears. And he's just kind of, you see him like whipping up some stuff, and you notice an interesting scar on his jawline, almost like you can't quite picture where you've seen the scar before.
He's a goblin or a gnome?
He's a gnome.
Okay.
He's a gnome. And you see him whipping it up. Anyway, as you guys go downstairs, you see the boiler room, and you see you guys there's like all these like dwarves shirtless. They're like piling like a whole bunch of coal into like a giant furnace. They're all covered in soot. You see them working so devilishly hard. You see that the coal supply seems to be running out very, very soon, and almost like the faster the ship is going, the more that they go through their fuel.
That's concerning.
It's very concerning.
Should we notice this?
You notice it. You notice it. But Mugram doesn't seem very concerned with it at all.
I'm thinking they don't have much coal left.
As you guys go down, you guys pass like a place where they have like just like provisions for food and stuff like that. And on the 4th level, the very, very last level, you notice there's just one great big hall and a door. And Morgan pushes open the door, and you see the crate that the Sumer elves wanted the wild elves to have. And you notice just a beautiful captain's quarters. You see that the bottom of the floor is completely see-through, so you can see the ocean floor
That's
beneath
cool.
you guys.
Do we see any fishies?
You see like all kinds of reefs.
Do you
You
see
see like
squids?
sharks. You see like a couple of jellyfish.
Wait,
You see
we have
lots
to
of
walk on this floor?
yes. You see like the
I push
dolphin.
Cordelia before I go onto it.
Margaret's already in the middle
I
of the
take
room.
my dagger and I poke at
No.
the glass a little
I
bit.
tell Cyphrus, stop
No,
doing
you
that,
don't.
Cyphrus.
No, I'm already doing
It
that.
bends.
Like,
It breaks your dagger.
Whoa!
I wasn't doing it hard. I was just like,
It
already
bends it. It bends it.
okay.
Do you have a blacksmith on board, Morgan?
Yes, all of these dwarves are their own blacksmith in their own right. I'm sure I can fix your little toothpick.
Thank you so much.
Maybe you don't shish kebab the fish that you're seeing, right?
This is a very sturdy floor. here.
Yes. The ironclads are very, very expensive to make, and only my people know how to make them.
Wow.
It's very impressive.
Yes.
So, is there a coal storage room, Morgan, that we didn't pass by?
Listen, so we go very fast on this ship, and the main we tend to run out of coal very quickly. So of course we're going to have a couple of stops on the way before we reach the Lake of Vitality.
Are they stops in controlled territory?
Yeah, that's basically safe. One of the stops will be in my own very home, so we should be fine.
God's Forge?
Close to it. Close to it.
Perhaps, I mean, I assume these stops would take up significant portions of time. Would we get there faster if we went a little slower?
Absolutely not. In fact, probably tomorrow will be at our first stop. So it'll not be a very long sea voyage, if it's anything up to me, at least.
Huh? Well, the less on the sea, I guess, the better for me and my stomach, so.
Oh, yes.
I'm looking
Cordelia, you're
forward
not
to
feeling
seeing
well?
the land of the dwarves.
I'm fine for now. This boat's very steady.
Just don't look down.
It's very beautiful down there.
Yeah, Cordelia.
You guys see
Yeah,
schools
Rhogar,
of fish
why'd you say
as you,
that?
and they're almost like whizzing by. Like it's you guys are moving so quick that you
Do we
just,
see Logal
no, you don't.
It's the logo.
Who's at the bottom of the ocean for everyone?
in a marble?
Yeah. And
Like a
just
prism.
It's like that monkey ball game. Do you guys ever play that? Chat knows what
Do
I'm
you think
talking
that he'd
about.
be able to swim
Chat knows
if
what's
he
up.
has that boundary around him?
Morgan, I
He
have
just
a
no, he just
question.
runs.
Yes.
It's like a
here,
hamster
Cordelia.
wheel.
You know, he can
Water.
levitate. I don't think
Gets
that's
so
true.
tired.
like
This-
he doesn't need to run, dude. He can just do the water.
Morgan looks at. I'd like to hear the last. Thank you very much.
Oh, have you ever used this boat for treasure hunting? It could seem very useful to have a glass bottom.
Ah, yes, I've done quite a bit of treasure hunting in my day.
Ah,
Ah, yes.
you found many interesting things.
How do you think I was able to buy this ship?
Fair enough.
The elves must pay you a handsome price
Ah, yes, to protect their ports from
Yeah.
here to there, you know.
to make you give up the treasure hunting. They must really have a good contract. Do you have a lawyer or a manager? Who's negotiating? Is it you?
It's all up in my head.
Ooh, I appreciate that.
Well, anyway,
We could use someone to negotiate our mercenary deals on our behalf. We're not very good bargainers.
That's true.
We're really not.
I'm
Like
sure-
we kind of just lay over.
I'm sure you'll come into your own right, and maybe you'll get to finagle those elves for more pay once you get back.
I just want to finesse some elves, man.
Oh my goodness.
I've been, yeah.
I finessed an elf in my day, if you know what I mean.
Are there important things we need to discuss?
Cyphrus
yes,
just
yes,
said
yes,
you.
yes, yes, I'm so
Mission
I
sorry.
just said,
Related.
Right, well, speaking there, you are from Astoria, correct?
Correct.
Alright, well, I've been seeing words and here getting notes from my own kin that somewhere up in the middle of the Greek River, we seem to not be welcome there anymore with our ironclads, and that will be very, very concerning. I was hoping that you, as an historian, might be able to help us in this endeavor and get us past some checkpoints.
Perhaps by use of magic, however, not by use of me being an historian.
Interesting.
I don't exactly have the best relationship with them.
Maybe you could
Now,
coach
if
me.
they don't know who I am, now we're talking a different story.
Interesting.
You could coach us on how to appear historian, and we could hide everyone that's not human down below and just have us three.
Your Gloucester accent is so thick, I don't think it could ever be mistaken for anything else.
She thinks I'm thick. With three
What is
C's
it
or
about someone
four?
from Astoria that lets you know that they're from Astoria, Cordelia?
And
Astoria-
Can I just
Astoria,
impart all of my knowledge to them about it without going into detail?
Cordelia.
Well, thanks. 'cause
Historia?
We wanted the information. Hey, you know what? World building,
Listen,
helping us role play.
I can make stuff up.
Screw
Cordelia,
that.
Historia is prejudice against
Historia?
gnomes?
No,
It's
they don't
Astoria.
care about gnomes. They don't like elves
I'm not an elf.
Or anything to do with magic.
or magic.
Well,
So,
Don't
I'll
do
say
it.
she and
magical.
I will
Don't be
need-
too impressive with your sleight of hand, or they
Okay.
could get confused.
Elseisha and I need to be very
Right,
careful
Rhogar.
with our magic use.
we use our natural remedies then.
They have a hierarchy government, so everybody bows to the king, and they have a whole court system there. You could pretend to be from the town of Lysandra.
All of us?
Both of you, if you want to appear as brother sister, but you don't really look alike.
I don't think nobody is going to get
Half
fooled
brother
by
and
that
sister.
trick.
Husband, wife, if you so
Definitely
choose.
not.
I don't think we've got that kind of chemistry.
All right. Well, you can be dear old friends from that town. Because
Cousins.
Cousins.
It's off the map, and nobody knows that much about it, so you should be fine.
Oh, is that why? Because it's like a small inbred town that you're trying to get us to
Yes.
be from? So you're like,
And-
okay, if you're both from there, you have to be related and married at the same time.
Well, you could be friends, I suppose. I guess.
Well, just because
Oh, how much of a backstory are we giving these officials?
And
So,
then-
so they're not going to allow gnomes of any kind.
No,
in
they don't care
Astoria.
about gnomes. I've told you this.
Laddie, she said they don't care about us people. You know what I mean?
Just
I can
totally.
dwarves
sneak
and
in.
gnomes. Definitely.
Dwarves and gnomes. Listen,
I
we
could
don't
hide
have
in the
a
shadows.
dwarves couldn't light a fire if we even tried.
All right.
What?
If for magical purposes, that's what
Oh.
I'm trying to
Well,
say.
since Daith doesn't have ears, he should be incognito too.
And you should try to mimic my accent.
Right then.
I will do my
we
best
shall
then.
all go
I will
around and
I
be like
will-
Cordelia.
Maybe Elseisha should do that.
I'll be the strong silent type for this mission.
Yeah, that
That'll be
sounds
crazy.
I will say the main problem seems to be the new Count of Brithil, and it's he seems to, for some reason he keeps. In fact, he's actually hired some mercenaries from Gloucester to do his own dirty work. I think
Gloucester, huh?
Rhogar was
yes.
that accent before.
Anyway, but that won't be for
Hey,
many
Rhogar, you can do
days.
some catch up.
I was
while we're
wondering-
out there.
Since, as I just mentioned to you all, fine mercenaries, I am a bit of a treasure hunter.
Yeah.
And-
too.
Wonderful. And our first stop is actually to the lands south of Valastor.
South of Alastor, perhaps north?
No, south of Valastor.
The lands of Kahep?
Yes, the lands of Cahet.
Kahept.
Yes. And there's a lot of deserted pyramids there.
Ooh.
And I was assuming that you fine folk would love to accompany. Of course, you'd be paid
You assume
handsomely.
correctly.
Will this not detract from our journey, and won't Daith get upset when he sees us on a side mission?
We'll just go in, go out, collect some gold, maybe fight some few ruffians.
If the elf can hear us telling him what's going on, we'll tell him we're getting coal.
Which is why I am stopping there. They sell
Just-
coal there
Which is why we're burning the coal
as fast as we
as
can.
fast as we can, so the elf doesn't get mad. Nomadic elves get mad. They get very mad.
I'm sure they do.
Yes, he was mad enough to chop off his own ears, so that doesn't surprise me. All right,
You
well,
should really try painting.
we have no problem with that. A little extra gold never goes amiss.
We might make more money. I've heard legends of the treasures in these pyramids. It's possible we could make more on this exhibition. Excavation.
Exhibition.
Expedition.
Excavation.
Excavation. Right, most of them
Excavation.
are actually covered in sand dunes. You can only see the little crest and then go in.
We call that a gnome pyramid.
Ah, yeah.
I'm good with all kinds of pyramids, though, Rhogar.
All right.
I bet he is. Alright. Right. Well, I assume you'll be okay sleeping in the main quarters tonight, with the rest of the crew.
Should be acceptable.
Yes, I'm so sorry I didn't
I'll
have
be
your
alright.
own personal quarters.
I
Well,
think the beds
we just
will
put
fit
into
me.
port, so the ladies should be okay.
Yes, and
Well, the dwarves were
we-
able, the crew were able to take care of their,
What?
What's that?
A bunch of men on a ship
Ah.
have now satisfied their urges
They're
before getting on
satiated.
to
Yes, and it only take about a day and a half to get there. You'll only have to probably sleep one night.
Lovely.
Yes. Well,
No fast knots on this ship.
well, I'm glad you came down here. Everybody got their gold that they needed and whatnot, correct?
Yes.
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 Wonderful.
Can I ask you a question, Morgan?
Yes, go ahead, bloody.
I've been trying to figure out the location of God's Forge.
God's Forge.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Well, it's actually so. Listen, there's a sister hold. It's us and the other hold. I am from Bazkazik, which is at the very tip of the spine to the very east, and there's a large river that goes into the main river of Keladros, which is the great river, of course. And the other dwarf holds out of the spire, except the one at God's Forge, have been pushed out to the east. Some say some foul magic has been brewing beneath the old ruinous dwarf holes. But would you like to see God's Forge?
I would love to see God's Forge.
Hopefully we'll have enough of a journey. We haven't heard from my kin there in a very long time, though.
Oh
I
no.
will say.
Do they play drums?
No,
That's good to hear. That's good.
they don't play drums.
If they did, that would be very scary.
Why?
Because drums in the deep are never a good sign.
You're right. It's never a good sign. And we won't take a took either. All right. All right. Any other questions?
I don't think so at this time. I assume we'll accompany you. Are we going to be accompanying anyone else when we go on this side expedition?
Notes.
I assume that the goblin and maybe Daith would like to come with us, but I'd rather keep him safe.
Let's keep him on the
Date
ship.
safe? Or
Well, we don't want him to know about the.
Yeah, we don't want him to know about the pyramid,
Pyramids.
right?
Oh, that's right. No, that's
I
right.
think we should
Sometimes
take
I
salt.
don't think. What?
I think we should take salt. He's
Oh,
a
salt
salt.
for sure.
Yes, we're not
Salt's
there.
good.
Absolutely.
Salt's
I was like, I'm
good
excited.
thing you wanted to bring him, considering he's right there.
Anyway,
Salt's the homie.
Salt's had a lot of practice going through the tunnels of wherever sand dunes we were at before, so hopefully this knowledge comes in handy.
Good night vision too.
Salt also has extensive knowledge in explosives, so that might come in handy as well.
I don't know if
He
I'll
can
be
look for
taking any
traps.
explosives. Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, they
That's
could
a
be
good-
booby trapped.
That's true.
I mean, this stuff is always booby trapped. It's not like they just leave the treasures out there to be taken.
I think of like crazy mummy magic though, not so much like boom a boom, you know?
It could be both.
Mummies
Explosive
that
magic.
explode.
Explosive magic.
Mummies with TNT strapped to them. There's some really bad jokes that could be made about
All right.
Well, if you'll go up to the lunch hall, I'm
Like
sure
what?
you'll be fed most probably by our new gnomish cook. I just hired him on. I don't know him very well.
Oh, what's his name? Maybe we can introduce Cyphrus.
I forget.
Oh, maybe I can introduce myself.
It
Thank you, Rhogar.
starts with an F. I'm not really sure. I'm sure he'll.
Where is he
acquaint
from?
you. I'm actually not very sure.
Is he
where
from
he's
Sunderland? Anywhere in that?
Let's
He's
go.
not-
We can go. Let's go ask him.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you need anything for us more? Like, is there any
Nope.
duties that you
Yeah.
want us to do while we're?
You're all good. You're
Okay.
here to be the muscle.
Gotcha.
Lovely.
Well, if
See
they
you
want to
later.
tussle.
Hustle,
Right.
hustle.
So he closes the door.
Are we back on solid ground?
We're on a ship.
Well, we're still on a
Solid, non-see-through
All right, so-
ground.
yeah.
Ship
Are
flooring.
we
ship. You mean
back?
like are we off the
So
glass?
you go. Are you gonna go all the way up to the very top?
I'm gonna go get food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to go
we're
try to
gonna
meet the
Yeah.
the cook? I'd like. Do you mind if I come with you?
Of course, Rhogar.
I'd like
I
to-
have a fondness for gnomes, as you know. Let's go meet him. He might
Yes.
have some happy grass.
He
Gnomes
might
have the
be-
best happy grass.
They do have good happy grass, and since he is a chef, he's a great chef. He may have extensive knowledge of all kinds of grasses.
That's right. Let's go talk to him.
Let's go.
right.
He might be the chef.
Come on,
the
Cyphrus,
chef
let's go
koala.
now.
The chef koala? Oh, because you're murder koala?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you guys are in the main mess hall now. You see all the hammocks. You see most of the dwarves. You realize it is now nighttime. You see most of the dwarves preparing to go to sleep, to go to bed. You see them. You see. I don't know. It's only about a crew of 30.
Oh, really?
So you see the guys in the boiler room kind of come up too. They're all covered in soot. The wheels have stopped moving for the night, and everyone's just kind of eating and preparing to go to bed. Yeah.
Where's
It's a
Dave
pretty
at?
chill ship, honestly. Like
Uh,
10 out of 10, I would be on this ship's crew instead of any other ship. Like they can go underwater. This is sick.
Dave is getting some food. You see him talking to the gnome for a couple of seconds, and you notice that Dave has two guards with him. He has like they're dwarvish guards. They're like
Oh.
kind of all covered head to toe with like
Plate.
almost like plate runic armor. And they seem to be pretty chill. They seem to be part of the crew.
I'm surprised that he's being guarded by dwarves because when we were staying at the end, I did see 2 other nomadic elves, or 3 other nomadic elves. It's very strange that they're not. I wonder if there's a schism.
It might be a courtesy from Margaret, maybe.
That's possible. It's odd to me that they're not like that there were 4 nomadic elves in the city, but they're not like escorting Daith back. And did he mention anything about his people accompanying him?
No, he just said that they stayed behind.
You'd also think with such a small crew that he wouldn't need people to accompany him.
I guess I don't know. I wonder why that they stayed behind.
Seems very
I wonder if
odd
they're being
that
kept
it's
hostages.
such a large supply of gold and such a large supply
Yeah.
of weapons to only send one person with him.
I'm not convinced that we've heard the whole story of what's going on here.
Something's odd.
Yeah.
Something is very odd here.
Okay. So you You see Daith grab his food, and it seems like Daith has his own personal quarters on the bottom floor as well. You did see 2 doors.
Oh, no.
You did see 2 doors. Anyway, so you see him go down. He smiles at all of you, and he says, "Well, I bid you good night, and I will see you tomorrow."
Good night.
Good night,
And,
Dave.
Good night, Dave.
And then he goes downstairs. All right.
Cyphrus, do not steal from Dave.
I had no intention of stealing from Dave. Elseisha.
Good.
Who did you have
Elseisha.
intention of stealing from?
I had no intention of stealing from anybody. I just said good night.
You did
Dave.
say I had no intention of stealing from
Elseisha.
Dave.
Don't try and charm Dave. Okay.
I have no intention of charming Dave.
Good. I have
But
no
my
intention of
history
stealing
is
from
such
Dave.
that I only charm people when we are in danger, and your history is such of stealing from people.
Your history is that you charm the wrong people as well. So don't charm Dave.
The wrong people?
Yes,
Well,
the
let's
wrong
Oh,
Ogres
there's
people.
that were attacking us and
Cordelia.
you?
I'm famished. I'm gonna get something to
Me
eat,
too.
guys.
I want to get.
I wanna eat
happy
that gnome
grass.
cook.
Yes.
I get some happy.
I need to find a plug.
So you notice you notice that
Listening
there,
to
there's
learn.
a line. It's almost like cafeteria style. You see there's 3 dwarfs in front of you. Who's the first in line?
I didn't know Salt was, and
Oh,
then me.
I think Salt said first, right? And then
Yeah.
you,
Oh, sure.
then Elseisha, and then
So-
we said.
Salt has
Okay.
his like little hands like up, and you notice that the cook, the gnome cook, just puts a whole bunch of like slop onto his plate. And Salt looks at it and he's like,
Oh, this doesn't look very appetizing, everybody.
and he kind of goes sits down.
Did
on
he
a-
say that in front of the gnome?
Yeah, and the gnome is very kind of like ticked off, and he kind of shrugs his hand. He's like, "Oh, goblins."
I'd like to stop before I get any of what I just saw and say, oh, you know what? I'm not feeling so good. I'm gonna go sit down.
DM, what does the food actually look like?
It has like a kind of a brown consistency. It's
The
got
consistency
like
is brown.
yeah. And there's like some like lumps in it that you could assume it's like seems like it's covered in gravy, but like really stale gravy. Like you know when fat hasn't melted all
Oh,
the
like
way.
Yeah.
it's like it's still
It's
congealed.
still congealed.
So it
you
looks
can-
like puke.
yeah.
No.
Does it smell good?
Oh,
It smells okay.
Does it appear to be potatoes or something?
like, is it?
Yeah, like there's
Potatoes, meat.
potatoes. There's like carrots.
Yeah.
You see like some celery in there.
Typical stuff. Okay.
I'm going to.
Smells good. I'm good.
I'm feeling very nauseous.
Food's
I'm gonna go
food.
sit down.
I'm
Hey,
gonna
eat
add
a
some-
ration so you
I-
don't enter exhaustion.
I proceed to take out a rations and consume that instead.
And the gnome says, "Has my food offended
No,
you?"
I do
or-
it where he can't see.
Okay,
Don't
great.
worry.
Okay, wonderful.
I didn't make up an excuse just to go and eat. in front of
Cordelia's
him.
like, I don't feel good. I'm just gonna have this granola bar.
Okay.
I'll
and
take
then
some.
He gives you some, and he kind of
Thank
like
you
tips his hat.
very much.
He's like,
I can't tell if that was something friendly or not.
he does like a creepy little like wave, and he kind of like grins, but it doesn't seem like a very
Doesn't touch
empathetic
his
grin.
eyes.
Yeah, just like yeah,
That's
he's-
such
he-
a good line. Doesn't touch his eyes.
Yeah.
I like that.
And you can see his scar like more clearly.
Ooh, this
Before
guy's
I leave
got
the line, no, I don't want to ask him. I think that's rude. Simple.
It's like, well, I hope you enjoy your meal.
Thank you very much. What's your name?
What's my name? And you can tell he's like he takes a very long pause, and he says,
Much happy grass.
Persimmons. My name is Persimmons.
Persimmons. Where are you from,
Persimmons.
Persimmons?
I am from I am from Crow's Cove.
Does he seem to be
Crow.
lying?
Roll
Is
a
this dude okay?
A
I'm
perce-
not familiar with
roll a
Crow's
perception
Cove.
check.
I'm not familiar with Crow's
guess
Cove.
About his
First time I've
name
ever done
or
that.
where he's from or both.
Just in general, right? Guys, I'm so excited. This is the first time I've ever thought to ask this. And it's gonna be the last time I ever think to ask this.
Good resistance.
I did
Because it's Aberdeen.
Sorry.
7.
You cannot tell whether or not he's lying or not. In fact, you think that he's not lying.
Persimmons?
I'm not familiar with Crow's Cove.
What a
Where is
jaunty-
I'm
Crow's
next
Cove?
in line,
It's
dude.
somewhere. It's
just-
somewhere in the north
next to-
of
I'm just-
of this great place. The north. It's actually very close to the Free States. If you heard of it.
I've never heard of the Free States before.
Well, if you give me a map, I'll point it to you.
Some other time. I don't have a map on me right now.
Well, what was your name?
My name's
fair
Elseisha.
lady.
Elseisha.
Elseisha. Wow. Never heard of that name before. Anyway, enjoy your meal.
Thank you very much. And what exactly am I eating here?
It's what I like to call a gulag.
A gulag.
Yeah.
Gulag.
A gulag.
Thank you very much, Persimmons.
You're welcome. Who's next?
Me.
All right, and he busts it.
Hi.
Oh,
My
fellow.
gnomish brother. How are you doing?
Very, very
Also,
good.
excuse the cleric. She takes her time.
Oh, I see. She takes her time.
Yes.
All right.
Where are you from? How'd you get on? How'd you?
I hear
You
Cypher
just
say
walk
this.
up and do this.
I should, but I'm not going to do that to Persimmons. I hear Cypher
You'll
say
be
this
proving
though.
me my point if you did. I said that out of
Because you're
game.
right behind me
Said
in
that out
line.
of game.
So I hear Cypher say this. I know
Yeah,
it in
sure.
my heart.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
For the next
yeah,
time he
I
needs
don't
healing.
care. I know she heard me.
Okay. Well, I am from the Free States.
The Free States. I've never heard of such a place.
Are you free?
I think I'm a free individual, although I am tied to the Thieves Guild. I have
You're not
roots.
free.
I would
have
like to
roots
be
going
free
back
in my
to
conscience from
Sunderland
happy
and going
grass.
back to Millennium.
All right.
I want to be more free. And you know what would make me more free? Happy grass.
Happy grass.
Happy grass. Gnomish happy grass.
You want some?
Do you
Yeah,
have some?
I ran out long ago on my journey.
And you see him like start cutting up grass into his meal,
Hell yeah.
and he kind of mixes it around.
Yes.
And he gives you a
Happy
plate,
grass.
and he puts some happy grass. in
Yes.
your meal as well.
That's
He says,
exactly what we wanted.
Well, I hope you all have a wonderful night. Come and get me if you want to have some fun.
Perfect.
And then he gives like the non-empathetic smile, like the.
I do, and I give a non-empathetic smile back.
I give an empathetic smile back.
Have they eaten yet?
No, we just got.
We
our
just
food.
got our food.
Okay,
We're
so
walking.
So you guys are sitting down on a table. Most of the dwarves, they
Assuming
seem
you're
to
there.
get drunk. A lot of them have already like eaten their food, and probably about like 20 of them decided they want to go to bed already. So they start sleeping.
I give
Do
Salt
they
some
have to-
Their
herbs and
circadian
seasoning
rhythms
for
are
his
in
food
sync
and
with the
my food.
earth.
What's that?
Nice.
For Salt, I give him some seasoning in his food since he said it didn't look very good, and for mine as well.
Oh, thank you, Elseisha.
And
You
he
are
starts
welcome,
like
Salt.
piling into the.
Do they all have to make Constitution saving throws to see if their food was so nasty that they couldn't eat it and keep it down?
No, it's
How
actually
is,
very
that
pleasant
how is that affecting and impairing your stats in any way?
No,
If you
no.
throw up,
if you throw up. But
if
you
got
guys
food poisoning.
are able to. No.
Bad
You
tasting
don't have
food
to roll
doesn't give
anything.
you food poisoning.
You don't.
You could throw
If
up
it's
though.
oily and not good stuff, and you're already
DM
having food
said it was
sickness.
good food.
I know,
I
so
thought
we
it was
can
good
drop
food
it.
So
too.
she asked and then he answered.
Okay.
Anyway.
What happens when you eat happy grass?
Yeah,
Oh
DM,
yeah, do they
what
have to make
happened?
Who's eating?
Me.
Everybody's eating?
No, I'm.
I've
Yeah,
taken
we
a bite
got
of
that
my
happy
food,
grass,
but
dude.
I was too
got
busy
lots of it.
seasoning Salt's food.
You took a bite?
Yes.
Okay. So everybody that has taken a bite feels very, very, very tired.
Oh.
And everybody noticed that the dwarves, the rest of the dwarves, are very, very tired as well. They start going down onto the.
I thought happy grass made you happy. I just feel
Oh,
sleepy.
dude,
Did
this
he
is-
mix
gotta
up
bring
sleepy
this-
Guys,
grass?
what's wrong with you?
DM, do I
He's
perceive
gotta-
anything in my understanding of how food and medicine works
The
that would
gnomes,
tell
we
me?
have trouble sleeping. in
Roll
Millennium.
a medicine check.
A constitution? What
No,
is
a medicine.
a medicine check?
A medicine check, yeah.
So 10?
10.
Yep.
The only thing you recognize is that there are some substances that looks like that he put in that make you really, really tired really quickly if you eat it. And you feel really, really tired and really, really.
I've
So
taken
everybody,
I've taken one bite, so
it's very potent. So
Oh,
everybody roll a Constitution saving throw,
Except me, right?
except you.
This is my time to shine. I'm the fighter. This is all I'm good for. And I'm not good for
You rolled a
anything.
2.
20.
20?
Not
Not
Nat.
Nat, but 20.
5 or 15, sorry.
15?
I would prefer not to say.
Let's just
What?
say I have some kind of resistance to this because I've taken lots of it before.
I rolled a 7.
Okay, you fall asleep.
Saboteur.
You fall straight asleep.
Oh, Rhogar! What
And
happens?
you guys notice that the gnome is gone. Hold on, sorry.
So we're 20.
You're not on screen.
I'm,
He's sleeping.
I'm
But he's
acting.
sleeping. He's
So
in
the
character.
so Salt immediately just drops down to the floor too and just sleeping.
Can we cuddle?
You guys are far away from each other.
We'll play some exercise.
Alsacia's.
Why are you pissing on my dreams, DM? I just wanted to cuddle with the goblin. What's the point of playing?
Anyway, you notice that all the dwarves just start just dropping down. They just fall asleep. You two are very, very tired though, and you have negative effects. Or you guys are at disadvantage on any rolls.
Okay.
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 Cool.
And you notice a quick shadow pass behind you and go downstairs.
I'm very confused. Are you guys okay?
I'm super
Yeah, I'm
exhausted.
Really
Rhogar's
tired.
out. Elseisha passed.
No, she's just really tired.
Yes, I passed my.
I look around and I don't see the
And-
gnome, and I'm like, I don't know if I should pretend to be sleeping too. Someone's obviously drugged you.
You should.
Should have eaten the food, you idiots.
You
Don't
start
look at
hearing
me. I'm asleep.
you start hearing commotion downstairs.
Cordelia, let's go.
Do I have enough
Rhogar's out. Leave him.
preservation of mind to whip together something to wake me up, or no?
No, you don't. Oh well, roll a medicine check.
You're
But you're at
trying to whip
disadvantage.
together some uppers. Oh, you're at disadvantage.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's a huge
That
fucking
sucks.
bummer.
It's so much worse when you roll disadvantage and the first roll is like a terrible one and the second one's really good. For some reason, that's so much worse to me than if you get a good roll than a bad roll. I don't know why.
Okay, so.
So you start hearing gunshots downstairs.
We are rushing
like,
downstairs.
So-
everybody.
notes, we have
So
night
I got
vision.
11.
bad.
I got 11
That's
on
not
the
bad.
medicine check.
So dimlit
No, you
looks
don't. You
like
can't do it.
broad daylight to us.
Your synapses aren't firing.
Everybody's the lights are on. You don't need dark vision or anything like that. Anyway, you go downstairs. You notice that Mulgrim has locked his. No, sorry. He's barricaded himself. He's got like a couple of barrels, and you see a long gun. And you notice one of the guards at Dave's in the front of his bedroom. He has a knife stuck in him, and it has a note.
What?
Wait, the knife is stuck in who? Dave?
No, not
No,
Dave.
the guard.
The guard of Dave.
One of Dave's guards.
What?
The dwarven
Okay,
guard.
yes, I got it.
And Morgan jumps up and he's like, "We have an assassin on our ship."
Oh
An assassin?
So-
What? Who?
no! Just so I'm clear, so I understand the scene. Cordelia, you went down to check
I did. I followed.
by yourself.
You
So
said we
we're-
went-
No.
Cyphrus went first.
Cyphrus went down.
Okay, and I'm still just kind of out of it.
You can go down.
Okay.
Yours out of it as Cyphrus
So-
is. You just
Yeah.
have disadvantage on stuff,
Yes.
right?
Oh, okay. But okay.
Like
But
you're
you
super
go
drunk.
down.
Yeah, I go
Okay.
down with them.
Okay, so you
Oh,
go down
that
with
was
him.
pretty
Okay.
well.
Is that right, DM? Like they're kind
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
I didn't know if I was impaired from moving or.
No, you're good.
That's so stupid.
And
Okay.
he's like, "We have an assassin," and you notice that there's a red note on the dagger.
I walk up and I examine the note on the dagger.
Okay, you notice that it's a dagger from Astoria.
Mm-hmm.
And you recognize there's a mark at the end of the note, and you notice it's from the famous assassin Fernando Fickle Drop.
Fernando.
DM, can I roll a history check
Fernando
on
Fickle Drop.
Fernando Fickle whatever?
Yes.
Fickle drop.
Because he's a gnome and,
Oh, not one.
Fickle drop. I never knew him.
So,
What was-
how does disadvantage work? Do you keep the first one?
Yes, and it was a 1, so it doesn't
Yes.
matter anyway.
So you don't know anything about Fernando Fickle Drop.
Dice.
I recognize the symbol, guys.
Dungeons and Dragons.
It's
What does it
Fernando
mean?
Fickle Drop.
And
I freak out.
Well, doesn't it say his name?
so
That's the most
it
levity in
just-
like a feared assassin's name ever.
Fernando
and
Fickle Drop.
and
It's
it's
a great
just,
name.
and
Damn,
you can-
also, do we hear a gunshot, you said?
You heard a gunshot. There's no more. There's no more gunshots. There's like a mist in the air.
All right, just
There's mist in the air?
From the gunpowder. From the
Oh.
gunpowder. And you notice Jake
Scarred for mist.
Dave come out of the room and he says, what was this commotion? What was going on? And then Morgan says, it's all right, lad. I kept you safe and with my other guard over here.
Did you see anybody?
And Morgan said, no, there was just a flash of darkness, a very small dark individual. And then you start noticing like a cackling in the air vents, going, ha 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 ha.
Do you recognize the voice?
Yeah, you
The
recognize
air
it.
vents. I look up and I see if I can jump to the air vent, or if I can spring off of anything onto the air vent. And I think I have something with like increased jumping height.
All their air vents are closed. It's almost like he's a part of a ship and he's speaking into the air vents. And he's like, you were lucky, Dave. I am Fernando Fickerdrop, and I will drop all of you that get in my way from my kill.
My goodness. This is
I would like to see you drop me. I am also an assassin, and I have possessed various skills. I will track you down.
Liam
Fernando
Wilson.
Fickle, whatever.
Assassin isn't interesting.
And then you hear
Yeah,
Fernando
I can
go,
assassin. I've assassinated people in my career.
and Morgan goes, nice, all right. Well, we'll have to wake up the crew. I'm assuming it is a cook.
It must be. I mean, everybody's asleep.
All right, well,
Did you
let's-
not eat the food?
I didn't eat the food.
Dave, did you not eat the food?
I was going to, but it was absolutely
Revolting,
revolting,
right?
and
Yes.
I decided not to eat it.
Actually,
Me as
to
well.
interject, the food is actually pretty darn tasty.
That's beside the point.
You see,
Where's the cook
where I
now?
come from, Gnomish food, it's like
Besides the point.
we're very good.
Where is he now?
We just saw him. There was a flash. There was kind of like an exploding bomb. Oh, sorry. There was like an exploding bomb, and he had disappeared. I'm assuming that he went upstairs.
Well, we should all go and look for him and kill him as soon as we find him, right?
Absolutely. Let's go.
We should question him first, as we don't know if it's.
Everybody should have one partner. This assassin is equipped with very sharp daggers. He's equipped with flashbangs.
Since when did you
and he is
become-
small and nimble enough
Cordelia,
to
would you like
run
to be my
around
partner?
through vents in the ship. Trust me, I
Cordelia and
know.
I are
I am a
partners.
gnome.
All right.
I work
got
with
my partner.
Cordelia.
Okay. Should we wake up your friends?
I don't know how to
don't
make
know
them
how
up.
to-
We should try and wake up Rhogar.
They're in a drug-induced sleep.
And you can see
Cold
Dave.
water always works. Seawater.
You can see Dave go to
Always.
his quarters, and he has a potion with him. He's like, it'll only work for 2.
Don't let Dave give me anything.
And he has it.
We can't hear what you're saying,
No.
Rhogar.
I'll-
You're sleeping.
I'll-
All right, we must.
I will take it then and not be at disadvantage. If you want that.
No, he already awake. We must give it to Rhogar. He is our best fighter.
Absolutely.
It's-
All right.
And
Best
I don't know who
fighter.
else on the ship would be good in a fight. Who else would
Well,
be?
I'll be
well,
in a fight.
I am a healer, so it would be nice to have some. But I guess I'm already
But
awake.
you're already awake.
Salt could get in events with Cyphrus.
Salt could get in the Vincent Cypress.
Well,
They're the
salt, in my
smallest.
opinion, I'm not
I would
going
like
to
to
say
stick with
that
the
because I
dwarf
don't think salt's
captain.
worth anything. He's not worth his salt. So
I like to
let's
stick
go.
with the dwarf
All right.
captain.
So you guys are going upstairs.
boy.
You guys are going upstairs, and the guard, the dwarf guard is following behind you guys, and you notice, you hear like a faint like dagger swipes.
What?
And right behind you, and you see the dwarf's neck gets sliced in
The
half.
captain?
No, the other guard. 'cause
another
There's two
guard.
guards. There's 2 guards.
Oh my goodness.
So both of the dwarf guards are dead.
Are they wearing red shirts?
I look
And-
around, I spin around. Do I catch a glimpse? Do I see anything?
And you notice a red you notice a dagger in his throat with red note again.
I walk over and I again pick up the. First, I glance around. Do I see him
You
anywhere?
don't see him anywhere. Or roll an investigation check.
Yeah, like
Or
can I pick up
perception.
any clues?
Perception check,
Predict
go
his
ahead.
next movement or action. I'm not at disadvantage, right?
You are at disadvantage.
But I'm fully awake now, right?
No, you're at disadvantage because you ate the gnome grass.
Do I keep the lower roll?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So investigation. 4.
You don't see anything.
Okay. What does the
Okay.
note say?
The note just says you've been killed by, and then you see a stamp.
You've been tapped by.
Typical.
A
and
smooth
then
criminal.
I tell the party, it is typical for assassin to mock his prey and to really flex on his kill. As here, the note says, you have been killed by...
Flex on his kill.
Fernando, whatever.
Is this the
Fernando
D&D
Fickle Drop.
equivalent of teabagging in Halo? Like,
Thank you for that.
and
It's
Dave
right.
said-
Damn, I like to take the dagger out of the guy and put the dagger along with the note
Is
in
it
my
the
bag.
same dagger from before?
What part of the dagger do you touch?
I
Oh
grabbed
my
the
goodness.
handle.
You have the handle. Okay. You're good.
And I put it in my bag.
Wow.
But like, I wipe off the blood first, this dwarf blood, with a towel or like a rag or something.
Okay. Dave says, enough of this foolery, and he runs upstairs and he sees Rhogar, and he takes Rhogar's head and he puts like
Rhogar.
2 or 3 drops
Can you act it out?
on his lips.
Yes.
Is your head...
And then he puts a few drops into salt.
Your brain and
You chose Salt. He's not a warrior.
I figured he'd be of some use to
He
you.
is a king. He is the king of the goblins.
Rhogar and Salt wake up.
Whoa! What a
oh
meal!
wow, I knew my tolerance would be low for happy grass. It's been a few months, but oh.
Hey, wake up!
Rhogar, that wasn't the real happy grass of the gnomish people.
Someone's
We
been
were drugged.
assassinated.
2
Wait,
people.
someone gave me face happy grass?
It was a fake happy
No,
grass.
two people
Rhogar.
have been assassinated. We need you to help fight him.
Both
It's
the
been
dwarven
Fernando Fickledrop. We think it might be the cook in disguise.
Rogar, the
Good
gnome
thing
who-
that I heard this explanation from the DM to you.
gnome-
Because you guys are like...
the gnome who fed us drugged all of us, and then you were most susceptible to it. You and Salt. You, Dave had a potion. Here you are.
Dave?
During the time you've been sleeping, he's been killing people. His name is
Dave's
Fernando.
been killing people?
No,
No,
the gnome,
the
the
assassin.
assassin gnome, Fernando.
Oh, the
Pickle
cook.
drop.
The cook?
The pickle drop.
Yes.
Stop it. Keep up. Let's go.
You hear in the vents once again.
You fools! You had no idea what you walked yourselves into.
Okay, who's
I
the-
am the
who's-
smartest assassin there ever was.
I'd like to shout back and say, "What do you want?"
I want Dave's head.
And then I shout back, if you were the smartest assassin that ever lived, then you would already have Dave's head by now, instead of having to kill off the dwarven guards one by one. So what, you are actually not as good as you think, Fernando. Pickles, whatever.
Why didn't
Pickle
you
drop.
just poison him?
I want Fernando to respond to what I said.
Why did I just poison him? What fun of the hunt would that
Yeah,
be?
it's not fun for an assassin.
And then you can
Aren't you a thief?
you.
Yeah, you
Is
are.
Morgan still,
Right.
is
Thievery is
Morgan
my
still with us?
specialty.
Yes. This
Morgan, who's the head ship mechanic? Who would best know the schematics of the ship?
That would be me, of course.
Well, you know where the air vents go to, right? Because he's clearly talking through the air vents.
He might be in the boiler room.
All
Let's
right,
go.
Let's go.
He starts huffing over. He grabs his rifle and he starts running over. And you guys are in the boiler room, and it's still like piping hot from just like all the because it's the boiler room. And there's soot everywhere. There's almost like a thick layer of just coal soot all over the place, and you guys can kind of like breathe it in like you're breathing in tar.
I asked Morgan, where does the air that goes into these vents come from? Here?
Yes.
So it's pushed in through...
Where's the entrance?
Hold on. Maybe. Oh wait, hold on. Let me think here. I've got to think on my feet because he could be at he could be on top of the engine for all we know, bellowing down because that does go into the vents for some reason. I don't know.
Alright, let's go to the engine
Well,
room.
what if we all
Can
just...
Yeah.
we send them into
Yes.
the air? Let's send Salt and Cyphrus into the air vents.
Why? Why don't we just let him come to us? If we have Dathan in our midst, he can't kill him.
That's true. I think
And-
we go
Well,
with
he'll
Cordelia's
probably
plan.
start killing other dwarves. Because all the
We
asleep
have to
dwarves.
hunt the assassin. The hunter
Well,
becomes the
we
hunted.
don't have
I'm just
Cordelia.
concerned about all the dwarves that are asleep and ready to be stabbed.
That's a good point as well.
For sure, like as an assassin, he's gonna
You guys
one-shot all
notice
of them.
that the door behind you guys starts to close.
All right,
slowly.
I run for the door and jam my foot in it.
Okay.
Your little foot? Okay, she did
Okay,
it.
roll
I run after her
roll a strength check.
Oh my goodness.
with her little toesies.
Oh my goodness.
A 10.
Okay, and you are able to successfully push the door open, and when you push the door open, you see that you see a dark object kind of fly downstairs.
I'd like to shoot a firebolt at it.
Okay.
This is a ship, Cordelia.
You
with
really
Cole.
shoot fast.
You shoot so fast.
Cordelia,
I was
should be
running-
happy.
Go ahead.
I was
It'll
running
catch
after a
fire,
medium.
but
Okay.
it's a metal ship, so it won't burn.
All of it's metal.
That would be a 13.
A 13. As you see the black object kind of like float, roll down the stairs, you fire the fireball, but it just barely misses him. He kind of like moves out of the way right, and it kind of just singes
She
a
rolled
little
a
bit of his.
14.
I did roll a 14. I don't know how that
Okay,
makes any
it
difference.
doesn't. So it kind of like singes the back of his black cape, and he like stands. You can see him at the very bottom of the stairs, and you see that he has a black shredded up cape, and he has his mustache curling all the way up, and he has
course.
green goggles on his face, and you can see his scar, and he says, "Ha! You will never defeat me!" And he kind of like stands up straight, and he like runs downstairs again.
Can I
I'm-
still see him?
I'm after him.
Yeah.
I am behind Rhogar as well, probably about 10 feet because he started running first, so I'm about 10 feet behind.
Okay, so you guys go down back to the lower level. You guys can see the reef. It's a see-through floor, and you can see that Fernando's trying to like close Dave's store, but he for some reason like can't get it closed, and he's like trying to push with all his might. He's going,
Oh, hello everybody! This is your final hour!
everybody roll on the shade check.
Okay.
12.
16.
10.
Okay.
Are we still
7.
sleepy? Am I
Yes,
still
everybody that ate the food is at disadvantage.
Alright.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Nat 20. Does that count though?
No, it's not when it's.
Are we at disadvantage for our
At
initiative?
disadvantage for the initiative.
Am I with the potion
But I
that
rolled
Dave
nat
gave
20.
me?
No, you aren't.
Disadvantage for the initiative
But I
as
rolled
well.
nat
Yes.
20.
You rolled disadvantage.
Oh,
But I rolled nat
13.
20.
Or sorry,
Still
12.
16
Whoa,
though. I
16?
still go first.
I got a
probably.
12.
Okay, 12? Okay, awesome.
I like to shout to Fernando. Fernando, what do you mean this is our final hour? You don't have to do this. There are other targets, other people
So 16.
that need to be assassinated.
12.
Not Daith here.
You
No,
always take
what'd
the
you-
lower roll. The nat 20 doesn't apply according to the rules.
7.
I rolled 12.
What did you roll, Cordelia?
10.
10. 7. Okay.
What are you... an assassin always needs to find his victim.
Of course, I agree. But there are many other missions that you could take on. There are many other targets out there.
You're my
There's
target
room-
now, bitch, so you're gonna die.
He throws a shuriken at Cyphrus.
He throws a what?
A shuriken.
Cool.
Oh, sick.
That's a shuriken.
You
It's
don't
like
know
a
what
star.
Shuriken
It's
is?
a ninja
It's a
star.
throwing
Ninja
star.
star.
That's what they call it?
Yeah, Shuriken.
I thought it was called a ninja star.
Okay, so who's so
'Cause that's less
the
weak.
whole party
What do you call a throwing
is
knife?
the whole party is downstairs, and you can see Dave and Morgan trying to get to you. But as he Fernando grabs a kind of like a remote control device, and he blows up the hallway, and he traps you guys with him down in the lower quadrant.
How are you gonna get out now, Fernando?
Fernando, you're trapped with
Look at
us
Cordelia.
now.
How are you gonna get out?
I'm gonna rip your little gnomish arms and legs off you, roast them, and then eat them like a drumstick.
Fernando, why
You
are
are
you trying
going
to
to
hurt
die.
us?
I have never been vanquished in my entire life, and I won't be now.
You've never had the misfortune of coming across us.
You have never had the misfortune of coming across Fernando.
Pickle drop.
Flicker drop.
I'm gonna fickle drop you on your head.
Okay, so he
Flicker.
I'm gonna fickle drop a deuce after I eat you.
all right, so he throws
Fernando.
Fernando, have you heard of the Thieves Guild?
he throws
The Millennium.
hold on. Okay, so he throws 2 shurikens at you,
Cool.
and he hits.
No.
How do you know he hits?
I
He's the
rolled this
DM.
now. and he only hits a 4 on you.
Okay. Each or just 4 total?
4.
Okay.
Yes, I know.
This will be
Fernando.
Fernando. That's the wrong song.
I wonder.
I really hate Fernando.
I
He
wonder.
drugged me.
Is like as a wizard, if you have like some
He's
healing spells, like
sold
trap
me
somebody,
tainted drugs.
you know?
That could have been fentanyl.
In his defense, you did ask to be drugged,
I don't have any.
No, I asked
Paralyze
to be
him,
drugged with
save
happy
him.
grass
and he did give you happy grass and drug you.
and other drugs. That's
Yes.
called lacing. That's wrong.
Well,
That's how
Lacing is
rappers
very-
die.
Wrong.
I'm not joking. Why are
That's-
you
he
guys
could have
laughing?
misinterpreted. what he-
That's probably what also got Avicii sick, which led to his ultimate death.
Oh,
He's
anyway.
I'm just kidding.
Maybe.
or he was
Is
assassinated.
Salt with us?
Yeah, Salt is with you.
Fernando.
Okay. So it's your turn.
Okay. I throw the dagger that he gave me and I throw it back at him.
Wait,
How much
wait,
damage
wait,
did
wait,
you get?
wait.
How much
How much
damage
damage
did you
did you take?
Four.
I took 4 damage.
We're
Weren't
gonna
you-
eat this man
Weren't you guys
alive.
listening to the
You're,
DM?
you're also poisoned
Yes,
though.
we were.
Oh shit.
And you,
you
and
can
you,
eat-
and you
all the
take
time.
and you take 5 extra damage.
Oh, and we're rolling at disadvantage except me. And I'm rolling like
Well,
A blessing?
I
Yes.
take 5 extra.
When is
You,
my
you
turn?
take 5 damage. Yeah.
Next.
you're
Your
after
turn.
Cyphrus.
Yes, that's coming.
Okay.
I take the dagger
Yes.
from my pack, his dagger, and I throw it back at him.
Okay.
Where's Cyphrus?
You're at disadvantage. Remember.
All right. 14.
Okay, and Fernando skillfully jumps out of the way of the shuriken that he threw at you. All right, it is now. It is. Sorry, it is. It's Salt's turn. So Salt gets his 2 daggers and he
Salt, please be
screams.
careful.
He's like, "Of course, Elseisha!" And he runs
Salt,
out.
time for the cause is the best thing you can do.
Don't listen to him, Salt. Be careful.
And he runs at Fernando. He says, "Not dying for the cause!" And he tries to stab Fernando, but Fernando whips out of the way, and Salt misses him. Okay,
Where's
it's now Elseisha's
Where's
turn.
Salt at now? He.
Sure, he died for
He
the
just
cause.
missed.
He
Okay.
ran at it.
He
I
ran.
But he's
put it
like-
next to him.
Oh, okay.
How big is this hallway?
It's,
15 feet wide?
Yeah, 15 feet wide. Yeah,
Is it more like we're in a room right now because there were doors?
it's a
and-
hallway. There's a door on each end.
Okay.
Remember, he couldn't get the door shut to
Yeah.
Date's room, so he blew up the hallway.
Oh,
I bless
well.
everyone.
The hallway above, like
Yeah.
the stairway. Yeah,
Yeah.
to get to the hall.
I bless everyone in the group. Well, I bless these 3, and then from that, I use my voice of command, and Cyphrus has to make a melee attack
Okay.
on him.
Okay.
How do you have to be next to him?
I thought this also meant next to him.
No.
How would that's not next to him?
That's you
I'm
standing
5 feet
behind.
from him.
That's
no,
Salt.
That's Salt.
Oh, I thought this was the no for some reason. I totally forgot Salt. I don't know. I thought this guy was just off to the side. All right, I'm rolling to hit.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
is a cool
Oh my
combat.
goodness. This disadvantage sucks, okay, guys? Anyways, I probably don't hit 11.
You don't hit.
I don't hit. I also rolled a 19 as well the second time.
That
For
doesn't,
twice in a
matter.
row.
doesn't matter.
Okay, it is now Cordelia's turn.
Oh, you were blessed, dog.
All right.
Ah.
I would like to. Oh, crap.
Still don't. Oh.
Pew pew. I'd like to run up directly to his side on the other side. So we've got him cornered on 3 sides. Shoot, no, I don't.
Claire.
I don't.
Salt almost
Oh
died.
no,
Cordelia has a history of accidentally killing goblins.
I do, and I can't, or I will kill him.
Friendly fire, die for the cause!
Yeah, die for the cause!
Gosh,
That's
it's
the
such
best
a
thing you
little
can do.
hallway.
It's not funny when it
I can
comes
shoot
to Salt.
over Salt's head because he's short, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to
Salt's-
shoot my firebolt at
Salt's
him.
just another party
Okay.
member. Why is Salt special?
He's just another party member.
No,
I don't
yeah,
like
he's
that talk.
just another
I don't
party
like that talk.
What
You're
do you mean he's
disadvantaged.
just another party member?
Oh,
I'm
Let's
not.
say she
Oh,
said
no.
especially when it's Salt. So I'm saying why especially when it's Salt?
That's plus 5 is 13. Am I doing math right? 12? I'm doing my math
Yes,
all
ma'am.
wrong today.
12.
12.
To hit or to?
12 to hit.
Okay, you missed it. And Fernando drops down very elegantly, and he just picks back up in the air and says, "Ha! Your wizarding ways won't get to me."
Gnomes are the same size as goblins, right?
Yes.
So you probably shouldn't try to shoot over a goblin's head to hit a gnome.
That's why she missed.
Yeah.
Right? Downward angle. What, like,
That was like.
get him Salt's head. Alright.
Okay, it's now Rhogar's turn.
Pew 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 pew. All right, I'm going to charge to Fernando's left. So I'm standing on Salt's side. We've got him surrounded in 3 ways, and I'm going to use Action Surge.
Is there a wall behind him that he's backed up against?
He's backed up against the Dave's door.
Okay.
So I'm going to use Action Surge, and I'm going to make my menacing attack.
Is the door made of wood
The
or
door
metal?
is made out of metal.
Metal.
Oh, darn.
Some thick steel.
That would be clever.
You're not rolling at disadvantage.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I'll use the first one anyways.
And you have blessing.
Let me think. Oh.
Wasn't it a potion for
Blessed.
2 people?
Like I should.
And
Yeah.
Rhogar
Yeah,
took all
Salt
of
got
it?
it, bro.
Oh, salt. Why salt? Why salt?
She's mad at you.
The
18.
Goblin King.
18.
18.
I'm not mad.
You hit.
Wait, you had to have used it on him because you
And
used
then-
your voice of command.
It's
on
my
him.
attack. This is all I'm good for. This is
We're
all I
talking about
have.
potion now.
Good job.
Thank you. No
So
one
18.
cares. Thank you, DM. My party doesn't
Yeah.
give 2 rats asses about me.
Rhogar!
Thank you. Thank you. He has to make
Your
a.
contributions are big to the group. Huzzah!
I feel like a valued member of this party. He has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, wisdom
Oh,
saving
and the DC is 13.
Okay.
But he's a gnome, so.
And he's able to make that.
He did make it?
Yeah.
Alright, then I just do normal damage.
Okay.
Plus a d8. 7, 10. I do 12.
12 times. Okay.
I'm trying to slice off one of his arms if I can.
Okay. So you cut through his cape, and you hit his arm, and you realize that it's not flesh, but it's a mechanical arm.
Whoa! So does it just kind of like damage it a
It's
little
like
bit?
Damage it a little bit. Yep.
Do I hear
Gnomes
like
have this technology?
like pipe on pipe, like, you know, a lot of metal clanging sound. So I'm like, what?
Are you a
I'm
cyborg?
And you notice that he has a pretty big utility belt, and he's on all black. He almost looks like Batman, just a little.
Slice off the utility belt.
Oh, I used action surge. So then for my second attack, I'm going to have Cyphrus do Commander's Strike.
Okay.
So I slice, then I go. I signal to Cyphrus with my offhand to attack.
Oh, it's not gonna work again. Oh, just. 11.
To hit? No, you
Yeah.
don't hit.
That's a good
Darn.
idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you blessed?
Oh, still wouldn't help.
Okay.
How
So
do you know? You had an 11, right? Roll the
Oh, you
die.
had an 11?
Yeah.
Roll the dice for your blessing.
Well,
15.
15.
you don't hit.
Oh wow.
Because you got an 18, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so so it's the creature's turn. Whoever has been hit by Fernando takes 5 poison damage.
Oh. No bueno.
I've
What's wrong with you?
been poisoned. The Shrikens were poisoned.
The
Cordelia,
exposition in this
what do you
episode.
think happened to me? 20.
I don't know, man.
All right.
Okay,
Poisonous Shrikens!
for Fernando gets these 2 daggers out and he says, "Oh, who's next?" And he looks at Rhogar and he says,
Me, you bitch!
Never mind. He turns
Cyphrus
to
wants to die.
Cyphrus. And he jumps up in the air and he stabs Cyphrus in the neck.
Oh, no, he
and then
hits.
And then he,
The neck?
he stabs Cyphrus in the neck. And then,
No on no crime.
and then he stabs Cyphrus in the back.
Cyphrus!
and he jumps up and he does like a somersault behind Rhogar.
Okay.
What? There's no room there that you said.
Oh,
it's only
whoops!
15
He
feet
jumps
wide.
up and goes behind Salt.
So he flipped over Salt and I, and he's standing in between us, but behind
And
him.
let's find out how much damage he does.
He stabbed you in the neck and the back from the front.
He critted.
That's crazy.
Probably.
What a
Ow.
bummer.
I don't think he critted.
What do you mean, what a bummer? You don't sound sorry, not for one bit.
Okay.
Well, you didn't
he
seem
he
sorry
hits
to
you
start a
for,
conversation
he hits you
with
for
him.
7 damage.
7? Only 7 after all that?
Only
They're very
7
little
damage.
daggers. Bing, bing.
Cyphrus is a very little person, though.
He
I am a
gets
very
stabbed in
little
the
person.
neck and he took 7 damage.
It missed all the carotid arteries.
He's a surgeon and an assassin.
But it does 5 more poison damage.
Oh no!
Is that like an X turn around? Or
No, it's this turn.
Just because I.
Is it like cumulative?
I'm at
How much
9
poison?
hit points, guys.
Yeah, because he.
What a bummer.
All right.
Okay.
You're always mad at me.
It is now
not
Cyphrus'
true.
turn.
It's your turn, Cyphrus.
My turn. Come here, you robotic piece of junk.
I'm sorry that I'll have to take you to the gnomish afterlife, Cyphrus.
Honestly, it wouldn't be so bad there, but I have a duty to stay with my friends here right now. And to kick your ass.
You're blessed, but I guess it doesn't matter.
You rolled a
I
3.
miss.
Feeling blessed.
You rolled a 3.
You rolled a
Gosh,
three.
what?
All right. Cyphrus misses, and now it is now
Oh, I
Salt's turn. Salt runs over to the door,
Wait.
and he takes his bow out, and
and he shoots
6.
an arrow at.
Did he disengage?
He backed up. He backed up to the door.
Did he disengage?
Wait, where-
He disengaged.
like backed up this way?
Because
or what?
that would have.
So he would have to disengage first.
Is he a rogue?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a rogue.
of course.
He used his bonus action for disengage.
Okay. So,
Or
Yeah,
cunning
of
action.
course.
so he pulls back his
Cunning action. That's what.
his bow, and he does not hit. All right.
Does the arrow just go?
It hits it like just goes all over the place. It's not even close to the mark, but it doesn't damage anybody else. All right, it's Elseisha's turn.
Okay, so just so I can understand, where is everyone standing? I'm next to Cordelia, correct? Is this accurate?
Yeah, it's all
Yes,
accurate,
yeah,
right?
Everything's accurate, yeah.
Okay, and Salt's over here and you guys are there?
But just the hallway is 15 feet.
Okay, so it's...
So there's 5 more feet on the other side of
3 feet?
Cyphrus.
Okay. Wait, are these 10? Okay.
Yeah, those 3.
Like here. Alright. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, he lined himself up for you guys to shoot at him. He did. That's on him.
Alright, Elseisha. What's up?
I've got high AC if you want to do that thing where you killed the goblin.
Gosh, I don't know.
I don't know if you'd survive that.
Me? I can survive a lot.
Wait, how much damage
It's
is
not
that do?
it's not a AC thing, it's a saving throw thing.
What kind of saving throw?
Is it an instant kill?
You just interrupt me.
Just do your turn. Just
Um,
don't listen to him.
I can read it.
I don't want you to.
you're allowed to move 30 feet on your turn, correct?
That is correct.
And every square is 5 feet?
Yep.
Dexterity.
And if I move 30 feet, then I can still do an action, correct?
Much damage.
Yes.
D8. No, what is it? It's
But you're in the way.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
I feel the crippling poison surging through my body, or actually toxic poison. I'm still very mobile.
Interesting. Well, I'm really slow, so I'll be slow to heal you. Let's see. I touch Cordelia with guidance because she's the closest person to me, and I don't want to get in the middle of the fight. So, with guidance,
Did you prep for guidance before?
guidance is a cantrip for me.
Okay. Wonderful.
So with that, Cordelia can add a D4 to one of her ability checks of her choice, and she can roll the die before or after making the ability check. Make sense?
But the ability check wouldn't help with combat,
Does the
right?
ability count as an
as a
attack? Does that only say ability?
It says once before the spell ends, and target can roll a D4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice. It can...
oh yeah, it's on it. It's on
Okay.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, not that one then.
Okay.
That was a good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Well, then,
But we'll forego that one.
Sacred flame.
okay, so then,
Sacred flame.
I would like to use Pass Without a Trace, and I put a Veil of Shadow on all of my party members. so that Fernando doesn't know what we are.
Okay, cool.
Does that work if we're already in his
For
vision?
the-
We're all invisible now?
So it says
Until you
A
guys
veil
do
of
something,
shadow.
right? So you guys can attack him, correct?
a veil of shadow and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no trace or traces of its passage.
Okay.
Does that like work in combat? Because I tried going hiding. Remember once before.
But this is
first
magic,
But this is
though.
magic, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so
it's like we all turn invisible.
so everybody's invisible at the moment.
Okay.
Actually,
so
everybody rolls a stealth check, and you
Alright.
guys get a +10 to it.
Well, we're at disadvantage.
I rolled
some
nat
of us.
20.
just plus
But-
10?
Yes, but it does
Ah.
get broken once you guys start fighting.
Once
Oh
we attack.
man, I
So
rolled a
18.
5.
So we basically get
This plus
an
10.
attack at
It
advantage,
should be like
right?
a free disengage, probably, right?
Alright, we'll say attack and advantage too.
So it's like we're all stealths.
Yeah.
I got 23.
Okay, so
And
everybody's.
I rolled a 5 and I got 22.
And from that, it doesn't say that like he could then see us because we used the same spell whenever we were ambushed before, and
Yeah.
we weren't able to be seen. So from that, I would like to use my voice of authority to command Rhogar to slash him
Okay.
Yeah.
or use him.
Yep.
Yeah.
With
But,
it,
but you're out of stealth.
with advantage?
Yes. Or because you were at disadvantage, it's just normal.
I wasn't
He
at
wasn't
disadvantage though,
because he
right?
had the potion revive him, right?
Oh, the reviving of the potion doesn't do anything for it. It just woke him up.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
and
sorry
also
about
it's for up to an hour.
that. Okay.
it's
But
not just
until you guys attack. And
So should I just roll once then?
Yeah.
yeah, roll once.
They cancel each other out.
18.
Yeah, you hit.
Normal D8. Meh. I did a 6.
Oh, okay.
It hurts.
And you slash across Fernando's back, and he goes, "Ah, my little gnome flesh!" And you can see blood kind of running down his back.
It's just like, the cut opens, your blood's just pouring out now.
Alright,
Or just
my
like
turn?
train through now.
Alright, I'd like to cast
trick
Magic
him.
Missile upon him, which hits automatically. Can I have your D4? Thanks.
That was clever.
And that would be 11.
11 damage.
Nice.
How do they sound?
Okay. And so it hits Fernando multiple times. He's bleeding profusely now. There's just burnt marks all over his body, and he puts on his goggles on, and he says, "I will destroy you all if it means." He
Don't
can't
kill
have
him!
his
I want to use Detect Thoughts on him!
detect thoughts.
Why would you say that?
So we know who sent him!
No, but why would you?
Doesn't matter if he knows.
Assassins kill themselves.
Oh. Well, now that you said that, you might. I don't know if DM was thinking that before.
Oh, you're gonna flip this on me? You're the one who said it.
All right, go ahead. It's Rhogar's turn.
I am going to attempt to tackle Fernando.
Okay.
Good.
Go ahead.
Mobilize him.
Roll a strength check.
At disadvantage, correct?
Yes.
That was pretty good rolls. He rolled 17 and a 20.
Nice.
I think this is last round of blessing.
26.
Okay. You are able to tackle Fernando to the ground,
No, no, no.
Oh no, just to see.
Well, I'm not trying to damage him. I'm just trying to.
Oh, okay.
and blood is getting all over. Like Fernando's been severely wounded.
Can I try? I want to like pin his arms out, if that makes sense. Like.
Okay, so you pin him out, and he goes, "Get off me, you ruffian!"
I'm gonna eat you.
No!
Ah!
Okay.
Oh man, that sight.
It is now
And how tall is your
Fernando's
character?
turn.
Huh?
Everybody,
your character?
everybody who's been hit by Fernando takes
And
5
this is
poison
he win?
damage.
5 poison damage.
Is he like buff?
175. But I'm in armor.
All right, so Fernando's going to try to finagle his way out of your
Good
grip.
luck, Fernando.
Ooh, and so Fernando kicks you in the balls,
Oh!
and you let go of him, and he wraps around you, and he goes on top of
back?
Rhogar.
That's not a real sweep. I'm kidding. Okay, I'm kidding.
And he says, "Ha! Fernando, victorious again!" And he kind of coughs up a little bit of blood.
You always feel bad for everything we fight. He's killed 2 dwarves since we've been here.
You never felt bad for me when I killed 13 elves. I'm just saying.
I didn't.
And
'Cause I knew your
Fernando rips off one of his robes, and you notice that there's like a couple of bombs on him, and he says, "Everybody, back up, back away from me, except you, Rhogar. Stay there, you brute. I will blow this whole thing up."
Do you like it when I tackled you, Fernando?
And he kind of like,
He's got bombs on him.
yeah, he has bombs, and he has a little detonator. Well,
Like
he
C4
detonated
strapped.
the hallway.
But we're talking a lot of boom.
Okay.
All right. Well, whose turn is it?
Whose turn is
Cyphrus'
it?
turn.
Whose turn is it?
Cyphrus'
Cyphrus.
turn.
It's my turn.
Okay, I don't know what y'all are doing, but you gotta figure it out.
All right,
Come on,
5
Cyphrus.
seconds.
Oh, all right. Okay. First thing I do, since I'm invisible, I turn around and I grab. Actually, no. I take my. Actually, can I? I don't know. I don't want to like make it.
Just do what you think is best.
So how much
I
hit points do you have, or constitution do you have left?
I have 4.
You have 4. Okay.
There's no more blessing, correct?
No. So what I do, actually, as a matter of fact, I want to see if I can take the detonator from his one hand, and then with my other hand, grab his neck. Hold on to his neck.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Oh, I do. For which one?
It's
Which one?
he's stealth, so does his advantage
It
from
Yeah.
stealth?
cancels out.
So it's just one roll.
Just one
Alright. For the whole movement?
and it'll be. You got it.
Yeah. 21 at 23.
23. All right.
Yeah,
I'm prone now.
You're able to grab
I
Fernando's
think
hand,
he's like right here.
and as you grab Fernando's hand, Fernando starts clicking the button furiously, and he goes, "Ah." And he starts hammering it down. He's like, "No, I must have crossed my wires."
Can I start crushing his neck now? Because I'm hanging on
Use
to
a
his
strength
neck.
check.
Okay.
So when he does it, he becomes not invincible, right?
Yeah, so he's not
I'm.
visible.
Yeah, no, I'm not in stealth.
I just need to know.
Disadvantage?
14.
Know where you are.
Disadvantage?
Yes. 10.
Okay, you're not able. Fernando kicks your with his mechanical arm, like brushes your hand to the side very easily.
I can just like picture that happening.
All right. It is now Salt's turn, and Salt comes out of the shadows with his 2 little daggers and does a sneak attack,
Yeah, Salt.
and he misses both attacks.
Oh wow.
So it's break time.
Okay. Well, and on that note, we will have our little break.
Ah!
In the middle of
okay.
combat.
We'll be back in 10 minutes. Bye. Don't leave. Oh no.
Dying for the cause.
Welcome back, everybody, to Half Dice. That was our break, and we were in the middle of combat. Salt had just lunged himself at Fernando, and he completely missed, and now it's Elseisha's turn.
I just want to
It's all
say,
okay.
on the break,
okay.
Rhogar and I went out back and we did some happy crafts.
Oh my goodness.
Say that.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it is Elseisha's turn.
So,
We did it.
I would like to stroll forward.
You're
I would like
strolling
to
forward.
walk forward at a moderate pace. I will then touch Cyphrus, and I will heal him for 1d8. And we'll see what it is.
Elseisha.
Oh no, I'll cover his mouth with my hand.
Oh, because he's
so
invisible.
he gets...
Oh, but you're visible because you took the action.
That is true. Okay. So, plus my
Probably can't hear it 'cause there's music on the
So
stream.
he gets healed for 11 points, and then I cover his mouth and I say, Cyphrus, maybe next time you will measure your words a little bit more carefully.
And I say,
Or you say.
but I'm thinking, what did I say? That was so bad.
Yes, then I use my voice of command to
Ooh, clever.
have Cyphrus do a melee attack of his choice on
On the
Ferdinando.
On the creature.
Fickled
I feel like
Pickle.
we're about to kill this man, so you
Fer-
should.
I got
you
his
should read
name.
his thought right
Fernando, flicker drop.
I'm going to say this is my
Fickle
turn.
drop.
Flicker.
Go ahead.
Is it flicker? I
Flicker
got
drop.
it right.
Is
now.
it
But is
flicker?
that a
It's
Flicker Drop
Flicker Drop.
Farms? Flicker Drop Farms, where they grow happy gnomish
So I
happy
run over
grass?
to him, and with the poison and the blood coming out of my neck and my...
Wait, question
my
DM. If he
side.
accidentally kills him, can we stabilize him? Can Elseisha stabilize him so that we can revive him just
He's
enough
going
to
Depending on how
down.
far.
How killed he is?
How killed he
When
is.
I hit him, he goes down.
Don't hit him that hard. You can choose your
Too
damage.
late.
You're at disadvantage, remember.
Yes.
Choose your damage.
So I gotta do all the damage I can.
It's just a normal attack. Oh, it is a sneak attack.
No, because it's voice of command, right?
Oh, that's right.
What?
Oh no, we said sneak attack was voice of command. Way
Yeah.
back when. Did you hit?
Let's see.
Peppermint tea and chocolate.
Disadvantage,
Divine.
remember.
Yeah, I know. 13?
You miss. You lunge at Fernando. Fernando laughs at you and he goes, "Ha ha ha! Foolish gnome."
My turn?
Yes, that is cool.
Alright, I like to use detect thoughts on him
Smart.
to figure out. I would like to scream as I do it. Who hired you?
Okay, and you go through.
Who sent
Oh,
you?
that's clever.
You go through all. So he thinks of immediately who hired him, but he has some magical spell that makes everything very foggy and very. You can't really see the individual's face. but you-
Magic from Astoria.
no, from the assassin has some kind of magic for
He's
like.
magical even though he's from Astoria.
He just has an historian dagger.
But you're magical and you're from Astoria.
Yeah, but she's not employed by.
Anyway, he's kind of has you don't know like there's some counter like some protection to detect thoughts that he's already put into place, but you are able to hear the voice of the individual that hired him, and you're able to roll a history check.
Damn, was I supposed to take
Shh,
poison?
it's not your turn.
I'm really bad at math today. 17.
You are able to you recognize the voice, and it is Damien.
Damien. Who is Damien?
All right. Good
Okay.
to know. So
Oh,
my
this
backstory,
cool
which is
kitty
linked in
with
the
sinuous
description.
frogs.
And you weren't. You just know the target, but you don't know the history of why he's trying to kill Dave.
Okay.
Okay. Unless you want to go in further.
Can I probe deeper?
Yes. But you have to roll. Correct.
I thought
Yeah.
he has to roll.
Target must make a wisdom saving throw.
And what am I beating?
15.
And you're able to probe deeper.
Get in there! Get in there!
Professor X!
You just go.
And what are you asking?
brain.
It's whatever. I guess you get to decide.
Brain.
Whatever is on his mind. Like, what's he thinking about? Is he like, I've got to
So,
protect him? What his motives? What he's his goal?
all you hear is Damien saying, "We can't have the wild elves interfering with our plans." That's all you hear.
Okay.
I mean, that's a sympathetic thing. I'm just saying. You don't want wild elves interfering.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
They're wild.
You can kill him
You're
now.
supposed to contain the wild.
To kill.
Okay.
Cut the-
Rhogar, it is your turn.
All right. I'm on the ground. That is my ocean. I am a shark.
What?
So, you think you hit me with a sweep? No, my friend. I pulled guard, bitch, and I try to grab his ankles and just like sweep him to grapple him again, essentially.
Would that be a strength or a dexterity?
Ooh. I'd say dexterity. Strength.
Well,
I'm sure you could do
strength counts
Well,
for.
we'll do an athletics check. Go ahead and roll an athletics check.
Well, athletics is under strength.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an athletics check.
Thank you, DM. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I'm drugged.
Wait, you're not drugged, are you?
He's at disadvantage.
I'm drugged. I'm drugged, and it's not fun drugs.
He was healed, but
It's
like
not the
awoken.
happy
But he was just
Happy.
woken up
Oh,
by Dave.
gotcha.
That's all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm upset. $500,000
Understandable.
is a threat. I don't remember the lyric. Okay, that's 11 plus 3. 14.
Okay. Fernando jumps up as you pull guard, and he does a somersault away, and you are not able to successfully.
Toriando passes me?
You're not successful,
This
and
is the
he
best
lands
thing.
behind you, closer to the women.
Can I? I've got Gagar retention though, so, you know, I follow him with my legs. I can't give him a pass that easily. That's 2 points to him if I do that.
Okay, it is now.
The ground is my ocean.
I wonder if anyone else would understand this talk. Like, I
Oh,
understand it, but any of the viewers.
I don't.
Anyway, so it is now Fernando's turn. You take 5 poison damage. Anybody who's been hit by him.
I've not been hit, but he's hurt me because my jiu-jitsu is not where it needs to be.
Okay, and
Probably
he,
don't even have a
Back
stripe.
to the mat.
and then he looks at Cordelia and he
Quarantine
says,
got me sick.
How dare you read Fernando Flicker
Flicker drop.
Flicker drops thoughts?
and he charges at you.
Okay. I can use a reaction if he does damage, right? Or if he's
We all
about to
could
do
have
damage.
opportunity struck him.
And he does hit you.
So I'm doing a reaction.
Okay, you do a reaction.
So I would
What's
like
the
to
reaction look like?
teleport, because he ran right toward me.
Yep.
So I would like to teleport to the other end of the hallway,
Oh no.
behind the group,
That's.
and that's it.
Okay.
That's his action.
Okay, that's actually. Go ahead, Cypher.
But he's within arm's reach of you.
Oh, my turn again?
Yes, it is.
Cordelia goes, bye, bitch!
Well, he's charging for me.
I move 10 feet and I say, don't turn your back on me, bitch! And I...
A lot of bitches in this
In this hallway.
combat.
Alright, I'll stop saying that.
Okay, go ahead.
You're not the
I
only one who's
attack.
been saying.
I'm not going to stop saying it.
That's where I picked it up. I picked it up from you. I wasn't always saying that.
So you miss.
I don't hit.
You miss. You miss. Okay. It is now
Good, because you're trying to stab this man
It
and turn
is
him into a pincushion.
Salt's turn.
Yeah.
And Salt
Is
takes
he now
back.
facing
Healer.
Cyphrus? Did he turn around to be?
Well, they can turn around,
Yeah.
because if they're in a square, it's just assume that they're sort of pivoting.
I'm
Okay, so
assuming that
Salt
he's turned
draws
away
back
from
his bow and gets a shot.
Wait. Is he in the way?
You can take an angle, right?
He's taking an angle.
Boom.
Oh.
Okay, so he does hit. He does hit Fernando.
Nice.
And he hits for 4 damage.
Hell yeah, Salt!
So,
And Saul goes, "That's what you do for messing with my friend,
This is what we do when Salt hits damage.
bitch."
Salt Bay.
Come on, Cordelia, are you a party member or not? We have tradition. Thank you.
What does this even mean?
Salt Bay.
Salt Bay.
You ever seen that?
Salt does
Okay.
damage.
It is now
I'll show
Elseicha's
you.
turn.
Logic is
Okay.
backwards.
We should make an emote with a goblin doing this.
So he's facing Cyphrus, and Salt just attacked him, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Or no, you see an arrow in his back where Salt hit him.
So which way is he facing?
He's not facing you. He's facing towards my direction.
But they turn,
Alright.
guys.
Yeah, so there he's facing you now. That's your turn.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to charm him So I'd like to use Charm Person. He has to do whatchamacallit, saving throw. What is the word I'm looking for?
Is it wisdom?
Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And he has to be a 15.
It's a high. It's a high.
Oh, and he is able to easily.
Every time.
Easily.
What was? Can we know?
It was a nat 20. He did a nat 20.
He not only is uncharmed, he is disgusted.
You know, I wonder.
And he looks at Elseisha and he says, "You foolish human! You can't charm Fernando." All right, go ahead. What
My
was
turn?
that?
Okay. Nothing. Never mind.
Oh yes, Cordelia.
I would like to shoot my magic missile at him again, which hits automatically.
And also probably destroys me overall.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It hits him only. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
firebolt. It's
That's
different.
not that one. Don't worry.
It's like
Oh, gotcha.
lock on.
It's not the goblin killer.
All right, I'd like to use my thing that
Your
it's a
sorcerer's point.
which lets me re-roll a damage
Okay.
thing.
Only one or as many as you
As
want.
many as I want. No.
Is-
Exact same thing, so that was useless. 3, 7,
God wanted you to get that
9,
number.
9 damage.
God wanted you to do 9 damage.
9 damage.
Noises, please.
All right, so you and Fernando's is you can see that it burns a hole through the rest of his clothing, and you can see scars all over, and you can see his mechanical arm is starting to fail, and it drops off.
Whoa!
And you can see that one of his legs is also mechanical, and you see Fernando bleeding profusely, and he starts saying, "I can't be defeated here." And then it's Rhogar's turn.
Die for the cause! I shout at Fernando.
Fernando, he's obviously got other internal struggles we don't understand.
I yelled to my group, "Do we need to capture him for information?"
No, I already shouted to him, to everybody. You can kill him.
Yes, let's capture him for information.
Kill him!
Do we
I already
want
got all
more?
the information.
Do we want more information?
No.
Yes.
I know everything. I'll tell you later.
You know
What do
everything.
you know, Cordelia?
It's
Okay,
a
but-
long story.
Fernando starts coughing up blood. Come on, Rhogar! Don't show me what you've got!
Okay, so
Oh, Rhogar.
I'm aggressively butt scooting towards him.
You can get up.
I know.
Would that be an action, getting up to feet?
No.
Okay.
So I am going to stay on the ground because again, it is my ocean. It is my ocean.
Is your ocean drying up?
I'm gonna go for. A dummy sweep
Okay.
Okay.
to just grapple him again.
Okay.
Why?
That's a good choice. We don't
Roll an
need to
athletics
I.
check.
How do you have all of the information? Like you said, I have all the
You
information.
rolled a nat 1. Why are you re-rolling?
That's a 7.
Oh.
Plus, also, Rhogar's playing his character. He doesn't know that what you.
Well, she did tell us, but I'm yelling like you don't know everything.
I don't recall you ever use a message on us.
12.
I
So you
shouted.
do not
Oh.
successfully grapple him to the ground. It is now the creature's turn.
You're proficient in
Everybody,
grappling,
everybody who's poisoned takes 5 damage.
Oopsies.
right? And then my heartbeat's like that. I'm like.
Yeah, because it's
And I
pumping
take
poison
five.
through your
I
body.
take 5 exactly.
Yeah, that one was
I
my
take
bad,
5
too.
more hit points.
Sorry, my bad.
Oh, I take 5
Rogar,
more
what are
hit
you
points.
doing?
I'm trying to
imbecile?
get a 3rd stripe, okay?
Are you knocked out?
No, because Elseisha healed him.
Oh, gotcha.
Hero.
Okay.
Hero.
So,
Hero. That's my cleric.
Fernando
Thank you, Rhogar.
coughs
Thank
blood
you.
again, and he's like, "Rhogar, I will give you." He started coughing. "A valiant death."
What if we just stop fighting?
I can't. I am bound by an assassin's code.
What's the
I will
assassin's
never
code?
be captured.
But you're missing an arm.
We won't capture you. We'll let you go.
You'll let me go.
Yeah. If you stop fighting us. Tell us what we want to know.
What do you want to know?
What do we
Why are
want
you
to know?
fighting us?
You already told us, right? Or did
She
you
didn't
not?
tell us. She didn't tell us.
Couldn't. We already know everything. What
Very
more is
well. And then you see him go into his utility pouch, and he puts on a gauntlet on his one good arm, and it's a giant, just a super duper gauntlet fist. and he jumps up in the air, and he because you're in
Oh, no.
you're in guard, and he tries to punch slam you down to the ground.
Like the
Dude.
Hulk? That's cool.
Like a
No, like
Thanos
Piston
gauntlet,
got
dude. Like
Oh,
from
Dan Henderson?
Dan Henderson.
Oh,
They're trying to dance
that's nasty. So essentially, he's like jumping over my legs to just try to do a flying punch into my
Yes.
face.
And
And
he,
you're
he
on
does.
ground.
He crashes down onto your
Oh,
face,
that's gotta hurt.
and the gauntlet has little like spiky things.
Oh my
and he's
goodness.
poisoned.
All right,
Am I poisoned?
Probably. He
It's not
said
a-
spiky
it's not a
things.
knife. It's not a knife.
big spiky things.
What are you rolling?
You could be poisoned
For wild
many different
magic.
ways.
I've been forgetting to do that.
I don't like getting punched.
All right, and you and you take 12 damage plus 5 poison damage.
Oh
my
my goodness,
goodness.
dude! He should have used the mechanical R thing from the start.
Okay. Cyphrus is
17 total, right?
Yes.
So
Well,
mean
I've got,
of him.
My turn.
40. 40.
Still, it's
And
not
then
nice. It's not nice for
Do you have my
me,
AC at 18 again, GM?
I would like to search his bag quickly and see if I can find a vial of poison.
What?
Or
Yes.
antidote, you mean? Antidote?
Poison or antidote. I think poison because why would an assassin
So-
carry his antidote
So
on
you're
him?
gonna run
That-
up
in
to.
case he-
I'm already
so,
at
Yeah, it's
So
like
you're gonna
super
pickpocket
common.
him. You're gonna pickpocket
Yes.
the
Right?
assassin.
Why don't you
Yes.
use your poison dagger on him?
Mid combat.
You're allowed to do
I
that.
don't have that
That's
anymore.
a special
Yeah.
ability as a thief.
Perfect. Go ahead and do that.
Yeah,
At
knowing the rules.
disadvantage.
Hey.
I
I
don't-
rolled a 2.
Do I? Okay,
I
two.
And I use this much.
13?
Oh.
I
Do I use the small
Cyphrus's
numbers?
lip will quiver every time it's a bad roll. 2?
And Fernando says, "You can't steal from me, you common thief!" And he starts coughing.
And then I also start coughing.
Guys, you should be wearing masks.
Oh my goodness.
You could spread whatever you have.
My identity!
All right, and then so
I have no
Salt.
reason to hide my identity. Why would I wear a mask, Rhogar?
Okay, so Salt runs up to
Rhogar.
Fernando with his 2 knives,
Be careful, Salt.
and he hits.
Oh no.
He hits Fernando.
Are we killing?
Extracting information.
But
I'm
Salt.
killing him.
Why? You don't know why he's doing that.
Assassins don't get told much information unless they're
Okay,
captured.
and Salt lands the killing blow on
Oh.
No! I wanted to land
on No, I'm sorry. No. He doesn't land the killing blow.
Oh.
Oh, does he actually know?
Yeah. Sorry, I did math wrong. I'm really sorry. And anyway, so Salt like stabs Fernando in the throat, and Fernando starts bleeding profusely. Fernando starts grabbing onto his neck. He goes, I can't go out this way.
If he's grabbing onto his neck, doesn't that mean he's poisoning himself?
No, he's not poisoned.
His gauntlet! It's got spiky things!
He's immune to his own poison.
Whoa, that's clever.
It could also be
That's
just on the
Princess Bride
outside,
shit.
not like his
Dude,
hand
that was
palm.
really smart.
Okay, it's Elseisha's turn.
Oh, you mean like on the knuckles?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be like just that. Then.
You,
That'd
you
be
can
clever
see
design.
Fernando kind of fading out with his eyes.
Should I heal him? No, I shouldn't. Should I?
No.
Fernando?
I don't think he has any more information, and he's just going to take us another 2 hours to kill him.
I don't know if I trust you, Cordelia. He told you things.
I can't tell you my whole backstory in mid-combat.
Well, no. Okay, I would like to use Prayer of Healing on my party. 6 creatures of my choice, which there are 3 here, and Salt, so 4, will regain 2d8 that I plus my spell modifiers.
Okay.
Which
Did you do anything else?
yeah, let me just roll that real quick, and then we'll see what happens.
That was great.
Fernando says,
It's so cold.
Yeah, let's go.
18. So 18
We
points.
get 18?
Ah.
Yes.
Dude.
And from that, I would like to command Rhogar with my voice of authority to tackle Fernando.
It's an attack. It has to be an attack.
Then I would not like to use my voice.
Okay, so it's Cordelia's turn.
Well, wait. Oh, he's not dead yet. I'm shooting magic missile at him again. Seems to be the most effective. Oops.
Oh, that's where my D4 went.
No, I give it back to you.
Oh, you just keep taking it? 11.
Yes. 11.
Okay, and Fernando, on the side of the ship, bleeding out. Cordelia throws magic missiles at him, and
That's what you get for working for Damien.
and he
Damien?
starts getting evaporated. And,
Who's Damien?
And Fernando goes, so many things. And he dies.
Wait,
Oh,
what did he
good.
say? What
Didn't
were
we
we
want to
talking
capture him and get information?
What's
No.
going on here, Cordelia?
All right, so when I read his mind, it turns out he's working for this absolute cunt named Damien, and he deserves death. That's all that matters. That's
Oh.
all you need to know.
We don't know
working for
why.
Damien?
Who's Damien?
Damien is an evil man who is head advisor to the king of Astoria.
What? Why is
Whoa.
he evil?
Why is an Astorian assassin know about, let alone want to assassinate a nomadic elf?
He said something about, when I read his mind, when Damien spoke to him, he said something about that he can't have wild elves interfering in their plans. So Astoria must have some sort of plans. I don't know how he knows anything about what we are doing or how he knew that we even have wild elves on the ship.
Well, Astoria would have to cross the deserted lands in order to invade Gleister. That's the only thing I can think of immediately.
Well, they must be planning something, and Damien is heavily involved with it.
Maybe that's why his friends didn't go on the trip with him. Damien's. I'm sorry, Dark. What's the guy's name?
Dave.
Dave.
Darth and Dave.
So
Is
anyway,
he our father?
and Damien has magic, although this is not commonly known, and he hides it well in the court.
How do you know
just then, as you guys were saying, you notice Fernando's body, a spring rips out of it, and then there's a mailbox that comes up, and it says, "Rate my assassin at ratemyassassin.com," and then it blows up with the rest of
Like a little one or like
just a little explosion, and all his gadgets and gizmos get incinerated.
DM doesn't want us to get the equipment.
Damn.
That was clever.
I was gonna say we're talking. I would like to search his bag, but it's too late.
Well,
Sorry, we're
Fernando.
flushing out our characters' backstories.
That's okay.
so anyway, I don't know why they're interfering, but they clearly are. They must have some sort of intentions towards Gleister.
This is just getting more and more complicated because
There's too many parties involved now.
I don't trust Dave. Astoria seems like they've always wanted to take Gleister.
I don't understand why you don't like Dave.
I just don't. Why where are the rest of the nomadic elves? Is he being sent by
Why
himself?
surely don't trust them either.
That makes no sense
But-
with this much gold, this much resources. What kingdom do you know? What tribe do you know? Let alone that we wouldn't trust one of us with a mission by ourselves to do
Oh,
this.
hell no.
So why
Except
would a
maybe
whole?
Elseisha.
Maybe Daith was the most trustworthy out of the nomadic.
But why
elves
wouldn't
for
they
the
send
mission.
5 people?
Because Daith was the most trustworthy. That's why they would only send one
but
person.
there's also other nomadic elves we saw in the town. Why aren't they coming with him?
Because they may not be as trustworthy as Daith. Like I say, you can send one person who's very trustworthy, or you can send one person and then 4
But
other people who
we're
aren't
not more
as trustworthy
trustworthy.
and risk
We're-
compromising the mission.
The nomadic elves would consider us way less trustworthy. They're not open
Something
to
is very
outsiders.
suspicious about all of it.
Astorian, Gleister, nomadic elves hate us.
Something's very
Sorry.
odd.
It's very strange. But
Perhaps I
is
should-
there? Can we? Is it? I guess we should just get out of here though.
Maybe
and
we'll
reconvene.
find out more when we get to.
Perhaps I should read
Story, yeah.
Dace's mind to learn more at some point.
That'd be a really good idea. Also, and I'm realizing we probably should have been more concerned with an explosion going off and creating structural damage, considering we're in a ship.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
We
I
should
have-
probably
I can have
figure out
gills,
if
so I'm
we're
not concerned.
drowning.
So
What'd you say?
nothing.
I have gills, or can have gills.
What?
Nice. That's nice for only you,
So,
Cordelia.
it was only a small
Do we have gillyweed?
explosion. It was
Do
only
we
a
have
small
gillyweed?
explosion on Fernando's part, just to take away any evidence of him or any evidence of his job.
Oh, I meant the boom that took out the hallway.
Perhaps
Yeah. So
we should
you
start
notice
digging.
that there's rubble coming out, and you notice there's a hole, and you notice Margram says, right, laddies, are you all right in there?
Yeah, we just killed the assassin.
We'll have to dig our way out of here.
Morgrim shows up just now. The
How
end of the
convenient.
battle.
Didn't you guys just dig in through the clear?
There's only like a small.
Oh, gotcha.
small
Can't we just go
window.
the other way through the
It's
hall?
the
It's
only
it's the
way.
end of the
Oh.
hall, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right, I guess there's nothing to it but to start digging.
All right, so you guys all start digging, and then
Is the ship okay?
Alright, we've taken some structural damage, but we'll be alright.
No,
Oh,
nothing to
no.
the
It
hull,
was
right?
the heart of the ship, so
Okay.
we'll be okay.
Is the engine still functioning?
Engines purring like a mule. Alright.
Purring like a mule.
Odd phrase. Alright, I don't really want to work, so manual labor is not for me.
Cordelia, get off your bum ass and help everybody.
I'm.
Well, if
Sad
Cordelia's
for
not gonna
Fernando.
work, I'll just work twice as fast. Because yes, DM, can I work twice?
everybody who is poisoned takes 5 poison damage.
I would
Oh,
like
no.
to go and see through the of
This poison
Fernando's.
is sexist.
I'd like to go through the rubble of Fernando's body and see if there is.
If Randall's body's absolutely
Incinerated?
It's not rubble so much as
It's just
the
Does-
what
Yes,
like
but
a
if he-
fire pit looks like after you burned
if he had any
everything.
glass vials, they would have lasted. Versus if they were lit on fire, they still would have lasted. So can I?
But it was an
What if it was
explosion.
explosion? That was just.
just
would've
meant to
shattered.
vaporize everything, and he didn't have the antidote on him.
This
That was
isn't
smart
good.
though. That was smart.
Very smart.
This is not good at all.
This is not good.
Yeah, it's almost like we should be working.
Wait, no!
To get us out
no,
of here.
I can't work. By moving, I'm making the. Rhogar, by you and I moving, we're pumping the poison through our body even quicker.
That is
Well,
probably
You have
Cordelia-
to stop moving.
Cordelia
Rhogar,
doesn't do
stop
manual
your-
labor.
Rhogar, stop moving.
If I shoot a fireball at it, will it move some of the stuff out of the
Perhaps
way?
we should not put any more fire.
Why say your
You should
solution
do
for
it.
everything?
Do it. Yeah.
It has
You have the mind of a stormtrooper.
it works.
It will work. You're right. Do it.
Everybody stand back. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
try
goodness.
something.
Cordelia, you're listening to
You got
Cyphrus.
this.
I shouted it to the other side too, so they hear, right? And everything's metal.
I limp out of the way, coughing as I
There's
go.
nothing wood, so I shoot my fireball.
Okay. Do you roll for wild magic too?
It's a cantrip.
Okay.
I've been
wonderful.
rolling for wild magic on the other
Okay.
stuff.
Cool. Awesome.
Nothing's happened.
And,
No, I have to roll d20.
all right. Most of it has faded away. You guys, it starts like rustling over. You re-meet with Morgrim, and he says,
Alright, well, I'm glad you're all safe.
Can I cough up blood?
We're not safe. Do you have any antidotes to poisons?
Antidotes of poison aboard.
I am no herbalist. And Dave walks in and says, but I am. And he walks over to his
Okay.
to his room and he starts talking
Oh,
about.
Dave. I'm just kidding. I don't do that.
He says,
Maybe I would. I don't know.
Do you do it?
No.
no. Anyway,
no,
so he
stop.
he starts he says he brings in some scrolls and he's like, I'm not quite sure what the poison is, but maybe some magic of my people will be able to help you. And he's like, if the poisoned will please lay down.
You should do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You should listen.
Rhogar, this can't be as bad as that one time. You know what I'm
I don't want to
talking
lay
about.
down, but I'll
And if
pull
you'll
guard.
take off your shirts, please.
I take off my shirt.
Rhogar, strip down.
Exposing my jacked gnomish body.
And he starts he puts 5 glyphs on
I
you.
start having flashbacks of the moment with the eye, and I start screaming, ah! And then I back to you, and I was like, oh, it's not that.
Wonderful.
What?
Oh.
Were there were.
I have flashbacks of the exorcism.
Oh.
That's what I screamed. I said I started having flashbacks of the eye, and then
And Dave
Oh, I
says,
thought you
"Don't."
meant the possession. That's so good.
And Dave said, "Don't worry, friend. This will heal you." And
That's what they said to you before.
and there's a glyph
Damn,
on your
elves do
forehead.
like him.
There's a glyph,
There's a glyph on your
each
forehead.
one of your shoulders, and then there's 2 glyphs on your hips.
okay.
On each side. of
Rhogar
your
too,
hips.
or are they doing
Both of you,
separately?
both
Okay.
of you. Have you unclothed? Okay. So he sits in the middle of you two, and he starts kind of chanting something magical, and he noticed you notice that there's a lot of like kind of like just your skin turns really, really pale, paler than it already is.
How unusual for me.
And you notice that just blood starts coming out of your nose, and this green goo just kind of like gets straight out, and it drops onto your
Ew.
chest.
Oh.
And he's like, the poison has been extracted from your bodies.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Yes, not
Thank
a problem.
you.
Now I would like
It's a
to
hell of a
retire.
boogie.
Wait, Dave, we have information that we must impart to you.
Booger.
Yes.
Booger.
Before the assassin was exterminated, we were able to extract a little bit of information from him. He was sent by Astoria, by somebody very close to the king named Damien.
Damien.
Have you heard of him?
That he seems to be I believe he is the new count at Brethil.
Yes, he is. I don't remember his title, but that's okay.
But I have not had the pleasure to meet him, but he seems to be the one that has taken up new residence at the tower, near the border of Gleister.
Then he must know we're coming.
Quite possibly. I mean,
If
he
he said-
must. Unless the assassin wasn't quick enough to send him word.
Well, how would the assassin have known to come here if he wasn't given specific instructions of who to attack and where and when?
That's true. That is true. Very
Well, he
good.
could have been tailing. Did you come from the
Yeah,
disputed
we
lands?
came from the disputed lands.
He
And we
could have-
passed through the county of Brethil.
Would is your position within your tribe such that they would have been aware of your existence prior to this operation?
We tried to remain a secret, but it was such a big event to reconnect with our long lost kin that maybe somebody let loose a foul word.
So we can't know if he was assassinating, going or coming, essentially.
Yeah, he could have tailed us all the way over here, or he could have.
Morgreth, when did you hire the gnome?
I hired him on the port.
Just
on
a couple
Cape
days.
Town.
A couple days
before
ago.
we took off.
Still no way.
Yeah, no way of
Storage.
knowing.
Do you have a spy? Is that likely in your midst, within your peoples?
He was the only new one that we've there was no recommendation. In fact, I met him at the tavern, at Trader Joe's tavern, and
Trader Joe's is from Astoria.
and we reconvened there.
Trader Joe's is from Astoria.
Huh. Interesting. Well, should we do anything before we reach this point? This checkpoint? It seems likely
We should
that
sweep the ship for other spies, right? Or other assassins, just in case.
I think so.
Any little hidey holes. We have a gnome, we have a goblin. They can fit into any hole any intelligent being could.
And I think that's a great idea.
Do you have any hiding spots on the ship that we could hide Dathan when we pass that checkpoint? I think it would be good for both him as well
'Cause
as
they
myself to
probably
hide.
know-
Well, if the Astorians are
Where
sending an
else?
assassin after date, they know who he is.
But do they know he's on the ship?
We don't know, but we know they know who he is.
Maybe we'll have to pass through land if we can't go up the river. They'll probably know that we're heading that way. I go there many often.
Well,
We
after we make our pit stop, perhaps we should, to reload more coal, perhaps we should discuss further our plans.
Yes, I agree.
For now,
Okay.
let's search the ship.
I think so.
Okay. So you guys start hearing like commotion aboard or upstairs of people kind of like coming out of a stupor, and they're like, "What's going on? What's going on? I have no idea." And a couple of crewmen comes down and he's like, "Are you all right, Borgrim? Are you all right? Is everybody okay?" And he's like, "Oh, we are all okay, Thorin. Go on and go to sleep."
Are they at disadvantage anymore? Or are they fully recovered?
They are. Everybody's fully recovered.
How big is the
Finally.
ship?
My head feels better.
There's 4 stories to the ship, and it's about
In feet wide. How big?
it's probably 50 feet, 50 feet wide. So it's not a very big ship.
And how deep is it, I guess? I don't know what the words would be, but...
It's 4 stories of a house.
Okay. Cordelia, couldn't you use your detect thoughts if there was an assassin on board?
It doesn't have that far of a range.
But perhaps we could go to each story of the boat and
Yeah.
be able to do that?
It's a pretty high level spell. I'll only be able to do it twice. and that will use up all my spell slots
Oh,
in case we do find
We're
something.
about to go to bed, right? And we've got the whole crew now. As long as we can avoid the whole crew being simultaneously poisoned, which I think we should be able to accomplish, we should be able to take out a single assassin with 30 trained fighting dwarves.
I can do it up
And
to
me,
30
yeah.
feet, and it can penetrate barriers, but 2 feet of any rock, metal, or lead will stop it.
Morgan, how thick is the internal structure
It's
of the ship?
The outside is pretty thick.
But we don't need to penetrate the outside.
You might be able to use your magic if you go in the middle of the hole.
All right, so I'll go in the
And
middle.
we don't even need to check this bottom area. I mean, there's only 2 rooms in here.
If we could bring all the crew to one level, then we would be able to check the other levels.
All right. Well, whichever one you decide, we'll
Let's go.
search the other one.
Let's go to the second level then.
Let's do it.
How long is the ship? Should I do it in 2 different spots?
What's your range?
30 feet.
So if you stand in the middle, you'll get most of the coverage, correct?
Yeah, if I do it twice though on both ends of the ship, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I do that,
Okay.
and everybody's there.
There's you don't hear any thoughts that are concerning to you.
Dwarves rock.
Yeah.
Gold.
They're thinking about actually these dwarves are thinking about fishing and going back to their original home.
Okay.
That's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
A little endearing.
All right.
Home
So
of
we're-
little.
I
fishing
haven't.
freaks.
I don't detect anything out of the norm. Anything unusual.
All right, and we'll keep watch until we reach port. All right.
Sounds good.
So then
Daith, be careful.
I will.
Dave, I have a question.
Of course. Go ahead.
I saw there were a few of your countrymen.
Yes.
Why didn't they provide guard to accompany you to escort the treasure back to your people?
We felt that some of the wild elves tend to be, especially the younger ones, tend to be a bit more adventurous and braggadocious, and we, Torando and I, decided that it would probably be better to have somebody that was more tempered, and would make the journey much safer.
Okay. We were just trying to figure out how the assassin could have.
Could have found me. Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, quite intriguing.
I'm going
Poor
to retire for the evening as I'm exhausted.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm going to sleep as well,
All right.
so I get my spells back.
Same.
And Morgan says, we'll keep guards posted throughout the night so you can get your sleep.
Thank
After
you.
all, you saved us from this assassin.
Thank you very much.
And everybody gains 150 experience.
Cordelia's snobbiness saved everybody. That's crazy, man.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
You're welcome.
So everybody goes up to a hammock, I assume.
Yeah. Can we go? Is there like an isolated area that we can bunk down together? Like, In a corner.
In a corner, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So you guys find a corner where there are 5 hammocks, and each one of you get a hammock.
We're living the lap of luxury.
Why don't people still sleep in hammocks?
Still?
Yeah.
It's
We
super
could get one,
comfortable.
yeah.
It's really, really nice.
I
You know,
know.
people use it as a
Uh,
verb. They say
Oh my
hammocking.
goodness.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
This is very off tangent.
This is no. This is
I was-
this is what we're discussing as
I
we're
was-
going to sleep. This is in game.
I was
Hammocking, that's a wonderful thing.
So you get your own hammock.
I
So
know.
you're very
this is
brave
great.
today.
I know. Yeah, I am. I just want to prove my worth to you guys.
You've proved it to me
You
many times over,
did
Salt.
wonderful.
I try.
One of the
Salt,
few
you
who was
did
able to hit.
more damage than me. Not really.
And that hurts him to admit.
Don't worry, buddy. I'm sure one day you'll be as good as me.
One day, Salt.
All right.
Can I just fall asleep?
And one day as good with the ladies. No, wait. What am I saying? I'm already great with the ladies.
Well, with the same.
I don't think 3 prostitutes count, my friend.
All right.
Trust me, there's been many more than 3.
Oh, I'm sure.
I like that you're still bragging about prostitutes exclusively.
All right.
So
3 prostitutes? No.
I'll go to sleep and I'm in character.
Okay, so everybody goes to sleep.
Yes.
Yep.
Everybody gets a wonderful long rest night.
Yay.
Can I have troubled dreams? Astoria, Gleister,
Can I have trouble?
Cordelia, Daith. The nomadic elves.
Cyphrus.
Yes, you can
Dreaming
have
of
those
Cordelia, huh?
Damien.
pictures. You don't know who Damien looks like, but yeah.
Damien.
You just
It's just like a question
Name
mark.
the name. Damien.
Damien de Lorenz.
I don't know that though. He didn't
And
tell
then
us.
it's like light shines in through the lights turn on and his eyes just wake up like doom. Then he's just like sharp and full in focus. Damien.
Guys.
Damien.
I don't have anything. Let's get breakfast.
Rhogar, I was counting on you to have some
Making
crazy
breakfast.
dream about Damien.
So, there, Morgrim is actually making breakfast now. And he has flapjacks, and he says, "All right, for everybody who's awake, I'm so sorry. It was my terrible foresight that brought to death of some mighty fine sailors, and we will be doing their service when we hit port.
Morgan, I didn't know you were a cook. This looks
Ah.
delicious.
I have many, many talents, my lady."
I asked
he makes-
Morgrim if he needs any help. I would like to assist him if he does.
All right. You're more than happy to assist me, my lady. And so you
more
see
than
that he's making eggs and bacon and flapjacks, and
Okay.
whichever job you
I
want.
help him.
Okay.
I want a robot arm.
You also
Two.
want a dragon. One mission at a time.
I want to fly my dragon with my robot arm.
Can I have a robot arm that's like mechanical and daggers and whatever I want just pops out of it? Lockpicking tools.
Okay.
Hey, you would know
dagger,
more.
Poison.
This is gnomish technology, right?
Yeah, it actually worked better for me in my uses.
Right.
Like I had a better utility for it. than
Are
you
we
would.
almost to this port place?
Yes, you.
So give up on your dreams. Rhogar,
You
it's better
guys,
suited for me.
you hear a bell hit, and they say, "We see land ho!"
Oh, lovely.
And
Yeah.
all the
impact.
dwarves start skimpering up.
Did you send your falcon out to find land like Noah?
No, she's been with me this whole time.
Oh, really?
Really?
I'm sure she's really happy being cooped in the ship this whole
She's
time.
not. She's
Sure,
getting
it's an
feisty.
ironclad ship. Looks nothing like the
Man,
natural
that
environment
falcon
for
could have been
terrain.
useful in that fight.
Would have taken an
I wonder if
action
the
from it.
falcon still likes her.
I finish helping Morgrim. I take a double portion of breakfast for myself.
Okay.
I finish eating it, and then I go and rejoin my friends.
Okay. Is everybody well fed?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Morgrim then conducts the funeral to the two dwarves that died. They wrap them up in their sailor's uniform, and you see
Push it through their nose.
the crest of Morgrim's dwarf hold, which is an anchor with a mountain
You really cry.
behind it. with,
How do you force yourself to cry?
Bring in these tears. Oh, look, Nikki's trying to do too.
How are you both doing that?
That's amazing.
Practice.
And they tie cannonballs to them, and they drop them into the sea, and they play bagpipes and.
Live on, sweet.
I'm not that upset.
Sailors.
Like he's
Sailors?
more upset
What
over their
the
deaths than I
heck?
am.
Morgan,
That's a
can I have
useful
borrowed his
skill.
rifle prior to the ceremony?
Sure. And then all the other dwarves fire their shots up in the air.
Those rifles would have been useful in the assassin. All right.
Okay. All right. So you see land. All of the.
This is my rifle. There are many like it. But this one is mine.
Would I have a tear off?
No.
Okay.
This is as far as I can go.
Okay.
Okay.
So you see the land ahead, and you notice that it is very arid land. It is very much. You can see dunes off into the distance. You start passing by like this. Actually, so you see on one of the coastlines, you see a solid black pyramid, and to your elvish eyes that see very clearly, you notice that there are kind of bugs, just a swarm of bugs, just and this almost like this bluish taint, like coming from this. Man, I love the word taint. Coming from the pyramid,
Tint.
and there's this like bluish, disgusting water that's flowing out of it, and it's dumping into the sea.
Ew.
And where it dumps into the sea, and there's very many. It's almost like a river delta, but it's infected with this disease and disgustingness. And it's
Is Morgan there with us?
yeah, Morgan's there with
I
us.
like to say, Morgan, what the heck is wrong with those pyramids?
It's
Why are
a-
those bugs?
it's some foul magic. This land is very, very old. They say the humans actually originated from this land until they absolutely infected it with some vile magic.
Are you sure it's safe to go over there? That doesn't seem
Ah,
safe.
Can
there
you say
is-
that? Can you say that?
What's that?
Can you say that? That's low-key kind of racist, isn't it?
Infected?
Not to me. I'm a
He
no.
said the humans infect.
It's probably true.
It was
My
with
people
foul
did come
magic
from
it infected it.
I'm just
Anyway, this used to
Rhogar
get
wants-
it.
get it's literally racist.
Rogar wants to fight the DM.
But if it's rumored that
No, I
humans
didn't
are,
mean the
then
D.
it's
I'm
not
Morgan,
racist
not
at all.
Alex.
Alright, there is one safe haven in the port. It used to be a great grand port, and it was it's called Port Plutar.
Ooh, hell of a name. That's sick.
And it used to be a mighty seaport founded by the great pharaoh Plutarch. Many years ago.
Pharaoh.
Tarts are delicious.
Alright?
Plutarch's
are.
especially.
And you get closer and closer, and you see a great port ahead of you guys. But it seems like most of the city is dark and not lit. It's very early in the morning, and there are some lights. You can see a decayed lighthouse that's been kind of like burned down. You can see that the infected water is kind of still lingering, going towards the harbor. You see flies and it just reeks of death and just disease. And the ironclad goes into the harbor, and you see this very sickly, pale man, or sickly, kind of tannish man. But he's very, very thin. You could see his jawbones.
Whoa.
And
Like Conor McGregor
You
cutting
can see
the
his
featherweight.
maxilla.
you can see his maxilla. You can see his mandibles. And one of Morgrim's sailors throws him the rope, and Morgrim says, "Hello there, ferryman. How are you doing on this fine morning?" And the ferryman just kind of grunts a little bit, and he just says, "It's going just fine." And he ties up the ship, the ironclad, and Morgrim says, "All right, well, we are here. We might as well go to that I'd suggest eating the food from the ship and rather not from these fine, delightful folk. We'll go to their tavern, and the crew I'll send some of my men to fetch the coal, while the rest of us,
Fetch the coal.
yes, fetch some more coal.
All right.
All right.
Special coal.
All right. So you guys go. So you guys are at the pier now. Now that you're closer to this human, it seems like he hasn't eaten for months, and there's like a couple like flies on the back of his neck, and he
They're
smells.
probably just like rooted in his skin.
It smells
you know?
absolutely
Yeah.
disgusting, and he kind of like looks at you guys.
Any maggots coming out of his skin?
I like to
Nice.
ask, is Morgrim next to us? He's next to us?
Yeah.
So I'd like to ask him, Morgrim, these people here look very emaciated. Do they not? What is their problem?
They say that there's an ever-living plague in this port. I've been here many times for coal, and I tend not to stray very far until I heard that there was a temple or a pyramid recently uncovered by one of my trader friends.
Why don't they move away? Why would you ever live here?
I don't know. You'll have to ask one of the people.
I turn to the nearest guy and say, "Why do you live here?"
He says, my family has lived here for generations.
But you're poisoning yourself.
We live a humble lifestyle off of the fisheries.
Oh. You eat the fish?
Of course.
Do you see the water?
It's been this way ever since I was born.
Cordelia
Evidently.
and Rhogar are very casual with their conversations. Ooh, why do you live here?
Is it Morgrim? Is the pyramid they recently discovered the one that Cordelia could see?
Oh, we wouldn't go to the black one. Absolutely not. I've heard all kinds of legends about it.
Like,
This one seems like a nice, safe pyramid to go plunder.
What kind of legends?
Plunder.
Investigate.
Investigate. Yes, that's the better word.
Excavate.
Excavate.
Well,
We're archaeologists.
Yes.
And I don't know where he puts on like a
Pith hat.
what?
Pith hat.
Whatever the English colonizers used to put.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
A pith hat.
A
like,
pith hat, yeah.
You've been wanting to say colonizers. You've been waiting. I believe this whole expedition, museum's like, how can I get to say the colonizers?
All right.
Egypt.
Oh my goodness.
And Morgan says,
All right, lad. Let's go to the tavern.
Can we all have hats?
Do you have any more of those pith hats, Morgan?
and he looks very excited. He runs.
I don't
he
need
runs.
one.
All right,
Cordelia,
duly noted,
the
lad.
sun
For
might,
sun,
your
for sun.
skin's so fair, you might need some.
I pull up the hood of my cloak.
You're going to be very hot. This is a desert.
He
It's not
runs
like
down
Astoria.
She doesn't sweat.
and he has four pith hats with him, and he gives one to Cyphrus, gives one to Rhogar, gives one for Salt and Elseisha. And Salt's barely fits on him, but he puts it on anyway. He's like,
All right, I'm ready to do some excavating.
We're archaeologists.
all right. So Morgan takes you down to the pier. You notice that for such a large city, it seems mostly abandoned. You see that like it looks like New Orleans during like a hurricane. Like it's just like there's like a lot of like flooding. There's a lot of like
Debris.
just a lot of just disgusting houses, like houses falling apart. Really like rank smell
Like to
of
hold up my
of
skirts.
mildew.
Can I
So they
tie?
don't get dirty.
I go full COVID-19.
I like to put some good smelling oils, put on material, and quote myself.
That was clever.
As
Peppermint oil?
as you guys get to the
Ooh, nice.
as you guys get to the end of the wharf,
Yeah.
you are now on dry ground. That's an overstatement. As you step in, it's almost like you're stepping in sinking sand. It's sand that's very very wet, and it's just kind of squeaking, and the wetness is kind of like seeping into your shoes.
Ugh.
Oh.
And,
Like it's not real compact too. Like you're stepping and your foot sinks in it, so it gets all in your shoes and your socks. And
Good thing I'm wearing boots.
And you notice that this town square, and it's a really big town square. It's huge, but there's only like 15 people
Really?
in the town, and you would even say that it's bigger than the square at Cape Town.
Oh wow.
And there's a lot of abandoned shops everywhere, and there's a lot of beggars. There's a few merchants, but not maybe only 3 merchants.
What are they
Ooh.
selling?
They're selling. One of them is selling coal. The other one is selling trinkets, and the other one is selling dry sand.
dry sand.
Is there a market for that?
I guess there is.
Do I perceive that the sand that we're stepping on it could be potentially quicksand?
No, but no, it's not. It's not quicksand.
I wouldn't be surprised. The people in this town show no
What kind of trinkets?
intelligence with where they're building their town.
That you look at the trinkets. There's not any gold trinkets. It's mostly like bronze and like carvings of like wood, like petrified wood, but nothing. Something might catch your eye, but
If it was
It
like
doesn't.
it is in our world, there would be like 7 of these merchants selling the exact same thing, right?
it's very fair.
All like 10 feet apart from each other.
Yeah.
You see 3 kids kind of like begging on a corner.
Are the kids skinny too?
They're very very skinny. They're very skinny.
I have a soft spot for kids, don't I? I toss them.
Did you say
a
that
few
out loud?
coppers. Yeah. Well, no, out of game. I toss them a few coppers.
Ah, thank you, my lady.
I gave them some pieces of my rations.
Okay. How much of your rations did you?
I take one of my rations and I split it into 3 parts.
Okay, and they eat it down very very quickly. Okay.
That's very sad.
You guys get to the tavern, and it's almost there's like cobwebs on some of like a lot of corners of it's really dusty like on their tables, and you see a very very small statured man with really big glasses and a little mustache and like white hair and a bald all over, and he's very tan, and he says, "Welcome to my sorry, trying to get an accent over here. Hold on.
Welcome.
Welcome to my tavern. And he has a very booming voice. And he says, how can I help you and assist you?
I
Morgan?
slap Morgan.
Oh, all right. Well, me and my fine compatriots here would like to acquire a room. 3 rooms. One for myself, and you can split the other room as what you would like.
Thank you.
And he pays the tavern keep, and he actually pays them a sizable sum. And the man says, "Oh, I always like serving you, Morgan. You take care of us well." I try. All right. And the innkeeper asked if you would like anything to eat.
I'm good. I just ate breakfast.
We just
Right?
had food. Thank you so much.
Okay. How long will you be staying here in Port Luktar?
Just the one night.
Just the one night.
So what?
Ask Morgan.
Morgram, is that right?
We maybe a night or two.
Yeah.
Because it's breakfast time, right?
One or
So
two
we should-
nights. You know, I mean, we came all this way. I might as well try and get some sun on me. You know, I kind of want to get a tan like you guys have going. It is very
Aren't you from
admirable
the
tan.
Underdark?
I know.
Can
and
you tan?
I'll have to try. Okay, Rhogar. So we'll see if I can come out of a tan with this. And if it takes me 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days.
The sun
3
comes
days.
out. The sun comes out at midday. It will be overcasted. We are a port city, so
Okay.
we get a lot of cloud coverage over
Just
here.
go lay out on deck
Alright.
of the ship.
All right, still
Well,
possible.
Should we set out now that we booked our rooms, Morgan?
All right, so all right. Yeah, let's
Let's do it, right?
Let's go. Ready?
Morgan, do you know where you're going?
I have a faint suspicion where I'm going. And he pulls out a map and he's like, all right, so if we're here, we'll have to travel. Actually, it's not that far away from here.
The Black
Shall we?
Pyramid?
Not the Black Pyramid, boy! We will be destroyed there!
Let's go to
Little
the Black Pyramid.
Little pyramid. Little pyramid.
We're going to a very small
All right,
pyramid.
Little
the Little
Pyramid.
Pyramid, and if we
Little
can handle the Little Pyramid, let's go to the Black Pyramid, Morgram.
Let's do a little pyramid.
Listen, high
Morgan,
risk,
what are the
high
legends of the Black
reward.
Pyramid?
Legends of the Black. Well,
I'd like to make sure we're not in earshot of the barkeep.
Oh.
or
And we're
the
not being
Cabin
followed
people.
by Date or any other dwarves, right?
no.
Or beggar
Yeah,
children
get out
that
of
we
here,
were too
Dave.
friendly with.
Alright. Well, they said that they were able to imprison one of their kings here under that Black Pyramid many years ago, called Nahek.
Ooh.
The evil sorcerer king Nahek. And some say that his vengeance has now come upon the people of the land, and he has plagued these people for many generations. And they say, this is only a rumor, he makes mighty constructs out of his victims.
Well, that's scary.
No treasure, though.
Perhaps there'd be some kind of artifact there, but and maybe these are only legends, but
There's something wrong with it, evidently.
I don't know if you saw that Black Pyramid there last, but it was not a pretty sight.
Can we see
I
the same
would
things
say
Cordelia
follow.
saw? Like the bugs and the blue.
Oh, would you like to report?
All right,
Yes.
Can we see it now that we're in the town?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can see it. Yeah, it's off into the distance. It's a black pyramid that's glowing a faint blue.
Well, there's clearly something wrong with it.
there's clearly
These
something
people
wrong
are terrible.
that needs to be rightened out.
Well, the
Oh,
good thing
no,
that's
we're
not my
the
job.
we're the gnome of justice.
No,
now?
I'm not. No,
There's no
I'm not. I'm
gold in
not
that.
talking about justice. I'm saying there's a problem, and we're here. We should probably investigate and fix the problem.
I don't
bro.
Here's what I'm
No.
thinking. Let's do this
Do we have
adventure.
do we have a sight stone that we could, somehow just zoom in
Let's
on
do
the
the little
pyramid and
pyramid.
gather information?
We
gather
only have a
intel?
day.
We don't have a seeing stone.
Let's do the little
We
pyramid.
don't have a seeing stone.
Jump back.
Oh, that's right.
Then maybe once we have some more
That was a joke.
experience, we could try to
Because you
take out the
gave-
Black Pyramid at some point.
No.
I never had one.
I had the
Oh,
seeing
you-
stone. I had to trade it for a
Seeing stone.
wand to get you out of trouble.
Yeah, I know.
Do we still have the wand?
Do we still have?
We've got the polymorph wand?
She didn't want to waste it on the assassin.
Oh no, I forgot about it.
Does it have a limited number of uses?
It's just long rest, right? And it's good.
rest.
Okay.
What if we polymorph the ancient evil?
The ancient evil.
So Rhogar, so you are also invested in fixing whatever problem that is plaguing this land.
No,
But I am
I'm
invested.
not invested in helping people. I'm
I-
invested in the
in the
fact that
money.
there could be a cool construct arm down there that I could strap on and look badass flying my future dragon.
Give up on
Alright.
the dream,
Yes.
Rhogar. It fits
Rhogar.
Cyphrus better.
Morgan, let's
Yes.
continue.
All right.
Let's go to the little pyramid.
Yes,
Okay,
nobody
so-
wants to go to the big one except Cyphrus, who also looked at the eye.
And
so-
Rhogar.
In the
It
future.
is, it is still very
In the
early
future.
in the morning, and it's still quite dark, but it's a nice blue tint that everybody enjoys at 4 a.m. And I enjoy. And you guys go out. You guys go
4
outside.
a.m..
You're able to see you're able to see the town. It doesn't look like It doesn't look like any of these people live 2 minutes walk from this town square. So there's probably a whole Mogrim says there's only about 50 people that live in this town.
Wow.
Right.
Good. Any more, and they probably would have all died.
And they say that people die daily.
Oh,
No,
well,
pretty
smell of
soon
it, I
they
believe
might be the deserted town.
They must have a
Anyway,
pretty high birth rate.
let's hope it's
These
not
guys
us.
are, dang. If they're dying daily and there's 50 of them, they must be smashing like
Well,
rabbits.
last year there used to be like 1,200.
Oh, wow. So are,
Whoa, what?
So
This
are
is the
they
last
like-
generation.
are they like-
The last
They're
survivors.
dwindling
looks like
down.
Detroit?
Yes.
The last survivors.
Like either people are moving away or people are just dying of sickness.
So there are just like tons of abandoned
Yes.
like
Yes.
dwellings?
Yes. And it used to be a giant like great metropolis. So it's a pretty
That's
big.
crazy.
Yeah.
So where's this new pyramid that was discovered?
well, it's actually on the outskirts of this town. So what's towns? Well, now it's a town. Alright, if you'll follow me,
And so
Should we jog it?
yeah, sure. So
Jog?
you guys start jogging.
In the sand?
Yeah.
Extra effort?
So you guys are
Are-
going
More time. We need to
Are
be
you
fast.
jogging?
I'm not jogging.
Wait, Cordelia, are you jogging? You're not jogging, so the distance between the party and Cordelia is starting to grow.
I'm
Or
with-
we could
I'm
just
with Cordelia.
communicate. We could communicate.
And those
We
two.
could communicate.
I'm not running in the sand and heat. That seems stupid. You're gonna get
It's actually
level
quite
1
cool.
exhaustion.
I'm excited for the pyramid.
Okay, so you guys are all walking together.
Can we walk
correct?
briskly?
Yes, we
Okay.
can.
Compromise.
Walking briskly. As you guys go through this town, you see more abandoned bazaars, more abandoned houses all over the place. You see that the road has not been maintained at all. They're starting to, as you go on this main road, there's sand keeps piling higher and higher. You finally make it to once was the old main gate, but there's so much sand that it's actually you're able to walk over the
It's
gate.
like a dune.
Yeah. So you guys and as you guys get closer to the main part of the dune where the gate is, you're able to see the whole entire city, and it sprawls for miles and miles, and you can just see like this gray depressingness about the city, just a city that's been abandoned. You can see dunes forming in some of the boroughs, I suppose. You can see the sand kind of slowly overtaking the once great city.
If you could restore this would be an incredibly advantageous position for trade.
right, it would
I
be.
bet we could take over this town.
You're gonna become kings and queens of this
Rhogar.
town.
Yes.
I like the
Sounds
way
good
you
to me.
think.
This could be a great. Yeah.
The-
We'll have to get stronger so we can take on the Black Pyramid. Then
there'd
we
be
can,
no more need to steal
Well, we
if
could.
we own this.
And in one sense, the monarch steals from the people, depending on how he governs.
Right under the table stealing.
Over the table.
Natural right type
Taxes.
stuff. Yeah, taxes.
So you guys
Libertarianism in D&D. Let's go, baby.
Morgan gives you he goes into his pack and he starts handing everybody flasks of water.
He's like, we might need this just in case we get caught out here in a sandstorm or something of the sort.
And he starts walking towards.
All right, let's run.
He starts. You're able to. All you see in front of you is just dunes and dunes and dunes. And
Dunes
the
and dunes and
Perhaps we
dunes.
should leave some markers so that we know which way to go.
Yeah, Morgan, what are the
in the
chances
sand?
we'll find our way back?
and Morgan says,
What else will we?
I know what direction I've got a compass over here. I'll be alright.
All
He's
right.
got a compass over here.
There's a big black
A
magic
magnetic
pyramid
compass.
full of a demon guy who could change that
Yeah,
magic
but
real
a
quick.
compass is science. What
And
could
Saul
go
says, we
wrong?
don't know there's a demon guy. Just might be all legend.
Science rules.
It could be. You know what? Maybe it's a manufacturing plant that's
Alright.
polluting the.
How close
town.
are we to the
So we're
pyramid? Do we
trusting
see
our
it?
lives on this compass.
And there are secret
So,
monarchs
as-
hiding in that manufacturing
As,
plant.
as you guys get pretty far out from
Or
the
like
city,
mineral farm or
you can
something.
see a very, very small spike, triangle spike, coming out like at least 15 miles ahead of you. But then you also notice that there seems to be a traveler in white robes going closer to you guys.
Nope.
And Morgan says, oh, right, it looks like some kind of traveler.
No, Morgan, no.
I say, yes.
Don't speak to him,
And then
Morgan.
I say, hello, traveler!
And
Cyphrus.
the traveler does not does not answer back. In fact, it looks like the traveler collapses from exhaustion.
Cyphrus,
Guys,
it
looks like he
your friend.
collapsed, but
How far
I'm not
away
gonna
is he?
check. I'm not gonna check up on
He's
him.
half a mile away.
I start running to him.
Rhogar, wait! I chase after Rhogar.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
I want to stab him if he's a bad guy. I
True.
don't have ranged
And you
attacks.
may need my help.
I might need
so,
your help.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
so-
watch
As the distance grows between the party members.
As
because of their own doing.
okay, so Morgan gets his gun out, and he puts a scope on his gun, and he kind of is like goes out further, and he's like,
Yes! Sniper.
Can you see anything?
It just looks like a man that has fallen over. It looks like quite a thin man.
Will you
too,
tell me
I
when
thought.
I'm in 100 yards?
all right, you're at 100 yards.
I'm
Swords
at
out.
110 yards from
Roll an investigation check.
with advantage. Because me.
10.
No. 10. You're not able to see anything suspicious. It just looks like a man has fallen over.
I still keep walking, but I'm
Okay.
on guard now.
Okay. So what you notice as you approach him? Are you approaching him?
Yes.
Okay. You notice that it's a white, just a like kind of a dirtied white robe, and he's facing down into the sand.
What's
Rhogar.
the difference between what he's wearing and what like the townspeople were wearing?
This seems like a much higher quality garment.
I throw a hand axe, but not to hit him, but just to like hit next to him.
Okay. So
You've
no-
just
not
given the enemy a weapon.
nothing nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Nothing
I just keep approaching.
Okay. So you keep approaching. How close are you now?
20 yards.
Okay. Nothing happened. This is complete. He's completely knocked out. He's not really moving,
Hey.
and no response.
10 yards.
Sure.
10 as well. I'm just
Nothing-
matching his distance.
Did you catch up with me?
Yeah, I'm matching your distance.
I'd like
now.
to shout, does he look diseased? You don't want to catch a plague.
Can we see anything?
You don't see any limbs or anything like that. In fact, you notice as you get closer to him, you notice that there's not really like a body at the if there's a robe, there would usually be like some kind of back, and it's a very thin, very very thin back, if it's a back at all.
So it's just like maybe empty space occupying the robe? Shape of a person?
5 yards?
Five
Okay,
yards.
5 yards.
Can I poke the robe with
so
the sword?
You poke the robe and a like the white hood opens up, and it's a decayed face, and it's just a spinal column attached to something buried in the sand.
Ooh.
And
I knew it was gonna be a skeleton.
and the skeleton props up, and it disappears into the sand, and you could feel the ground rumbling.
the sandworms,
You can
Dune!
you can see the sand rumbling about you, and you notice that this great big ornamental scorpion tail comes out of the sand, but it's not a flesh of a scorpion. It's made of different like hieroglyphics, and like just like it looks more robotic than anything, but it strikes it
I'd like to start
Dive.
running.
Wait. We don't know if it's gonna hit me.
Rhogar attaches
It may
it,
be
puts it onto his
going
hand.
for
He's
you.
like, this is
And
So you got that out of the way.
No, I dove out of the way. I wasn't.
Oh, okay, good.
No,
You
I thought-
you assumed I'm saving your ass?
Yes,
No,
I
you-
did.
you-
Cyphrus, dodge!
Roll a dexterity check.
We're running. Well, I'm running.
I'm running to catch up with him.
7.
Looks like it just attacked you.
It hit you right in the shin, but it didn't do any severe damage. And now the creature is fully emerged, and it's a huge scorpion, and it has the face of the kind of depraved man, like kind of like sticking out of its face.
Eyes or whatever. Like.
So is it like his head?
It's his head, yeah.
It's cool.
That's crazy.
Okay, and that's where we will end this
What a
episode.
sight.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
Killing
welcome.
us, DM.
Thank you for watching. We will upload this episode on Friday. We also have a TikTok, and we stream every Sunday at 6 p.m. So
Eastern time.
Eastern time. Yes.
And if you guys haven't seen other episodes, they are up on YouTube, so
All of
check them out, because I'm biased, but they're damn good.
They're
So,
called half dice.
Half Diced on YouTube, you'll recognize our beautiful faces. We will see you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.